A pause today in futures trading earlier due to a data cooling center issue. Futures were back up and running by 8:30 this morning, and both stock futures and options are now fully reopened. Also, a quick reminder that the Fed's balance sheet data will be dropping at 4:30 p.m. today, so watch out for that. The Canadian GDP came out earlier this morning at 8:30 for the third quarter, and I must say the economy is up 2.6%, definitely exceeding the analysts' expectations. According to CNN's Fear and Greed Index as well, an extreme fear is driving the market after its previous close. Even though the consumer confidence is shaky at the moment, National Retail Federation is projecting a potential sales of over $1 trillion, first time ever. So if today's session is negative, which seems highly unlikely, the 7-month winning streak for Nasdaq will potentially come to an end. Tech stocks, as you know them, have been in a pullback, but there's still hope, according to some investors, and for a year-end rally for potential major averages. And thank you so much for joining in today. I hope this short session is fruitful for you. Throwing it to the guys.
It's a tough
boom, 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 boom.
That's a tough act to follow.
Greetings and frickin' salutations, beautiful people. Welcome to the Midday Show.
You know who it is.
This handsome, short-haired individual is your boy Joey Options, and I'm Sharif, and that was Sia. So, you know, Joey and I, we kind of prefaced the whole new host thing, and now you guys got to see her live in living color. Shout out to Sia, great segment, Sia. You're gonna kill it. She's a natural. Just got to give her some time with the content. She's gonna be absolutely all over it. Thank you for joining us. Shout out to everybody. Where is everybody at, Joey? We got to shout out everybody, and I hate the fact that Google screwed us again by changing all the names. It's gonna bug me to no end. Shout out to KC526 Farm Traders in the house. Shout out to the Mag 7 News. Who else is in the house, man? We got Travman for real. Shout out to you, my man, calling us a Smash Bros, as he always does. Rex Banner. We got Vern. We got Adrian Hernandez. Shout out to Tony and Death God. Hematoma. I was about to say, isn't that an injury? Oleg. Shout out to Oleg. We got the OG Gorov. We got the Thinker 173. He be thinking. That's his thing. Who else, man? We got the Dan Zone, Hangry Wife, Roger Noonan, the real Gary F, as opposed to, of course, the fake Gary F, Joey. And shout out to Julian and ATNRD. Hope everybody had a fantastic morning. Good morning, brother.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. Hope everyone is full, considering it was the American Thanksgiving, guys. But we got a couple things on the board. Let's get right into it. As we are long Bitcoin, doesn't seem to want to work right now, but we'll be patient. As soon as we get those names on the position board switched up, we're going to be able to talk a little bit more. So we take an attempt on the long side. This was this, again, I shouldn't have took this trade, but at the end of the day, we did. We got out, and we got out when we were supposed to. Same thing here. As soon as we crack 5230s, we're gonzo. But what we do have working for us right now is TSLA, folks. We're in on this. I'll piece a little bit out just so you can see our position board. But we're starting to cook up substantially over here in this neck of the woods, my folks. Bang. There it is. IBIT long.
He's there.
5240. Tesla short 1841. As we're heading a little bit lower, guys. Let's rock and roll. We're cooking it on this Friday. Bastoni says the favorite duo is back. We are back, and back in action is right. Let's go, Shrip. You got anything cooking yet?
Yes, we just got into a new trade. So let's cover this one first that we were in. KTTA up 40%. Moves into the volume weighted average price. We get in at the $1.50, scalp, all the way up to 165. But that was as good as this one was going to do for now. Down we go. We get stopped out for a little bit of a loss into 143. We're going to keep an eye on this one. If it wants to start trending higher again, we can have a discussion. Until then, it's on Uncle Sheriff's shit list. Now we're putting on number 14 here, SVRA. We're posting at 14s, and we're posting at 18s. Higher highs, higher lows. This one feels like it's in a bull flag formation. What I'm trying to gauge is it going to maintain the higher highs and higher lows during the formation of the consolidation component of the bull flag, or whether it's going to zig and zag a little bit into 6. So my stop is below 6, and here's what we're looking at on the side charts. SVRA, the one I'm speaking about right now, this is kind of the look. Right at the get-go, 9:30, boom, goes the freaking dynamite off that 535 Eric Katina, man, that we closed out yesterday. Now we're knocking on the door of 6 1/4, not quite yet though, 13 pennies, the high. Let's see if it holds up at 6 SVRA, up about 14%. We're also keeping tabs, of course, as we have to, on SMX. Shout out to Obi for covering this in the morning. Look, it's a halter, it's a bamboozler, it's spready, it's volatile. It'll knock your lights out if you don't trade it the right way. Be careful. We are halted up at 44.29. We're going to look at this on the trading screen in a second to see what the tap is, as well as when it halted. ONMD, looking real good here, but the volume's dropping off a little bit. It's up 47.5%, almost 50%. $2.24 is the high, but look at the defends here at $2. It does wick below $2, so if you're putting your stop immediately below that $2 area, you're probably a little annoyed because you probably got stopped out. You need to account for that if you're going to trade this one, ONMD. It's a bit of a wicker there. So we're going to keep an eye on that. And then little UZI, VUZI, trying to hold up off the 10 EMA on the 5, Joey, but it is an unabated lower highs and lower lows since that topping tail candle at 9:40 yesterday. Shout out to the Cowboys for the 2-game winning streak. Yo, man, look, there's not a whole lot going well for the Cowboys as of late, but let me tell you, you take out the defending champs one week, then you take out Mahomes the second week. I'm feeling a little good here, Joey.
Dang, yeah, oh yeah, I mean, I think you feel good at that point, my friend. I peeped in a little bit. Obviously, I just look at the scores to see what we got going on. But aside from that, what we really got going on here, I'm going to take a third attempt here on IBIT. If that doesn't work, then we struck it at the plate, and the longs might be coming in a little bit later. But again, we're only in a half-day session, so don't forget the market is closing at 1 o'clock today. So we're going to hold on to the winners, and we're going to cut our losers relatively quick. But there goes TSLL back to the downside. There's some indecision prints off of the lows that have me slightly alarmed, but we're going to hold on to it until otherwise. 1840 going to be a break-even stop out, and then we're going to look for some more potential trades. Now, as for Coinbase, still holding up the volume-weighted average price relatively well. And then we have Meta. Yes, you guessed it, META, up to 641. Joe, you know, oh, okay, you got, yeah, all right, anyways. So yeah, aside from that, guys, 2 positions right now. Let's see if we can get these cooking. But $10 super chat. Oh. Sharif, welcome back. Time for some scrap, small cap, rockin' and poppin'.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, we like that.
My man.
There we go to the downside in IBIT, guys. Let's get out of that one. We're striking out. So what does that mean? No more goes on this specific name for me oh no, I did not mean to do that, Sharif. I just doubled up the position. Joey? So we got to take a little bit of a hit on that one. So avoid an accident on that front. But TSLL starting to head back towards the low of the day.
SMX is absolutely rocketing to the high side. No, Sharif, it doesn't trade on the NQ. It trades on the New York. It's on the Nasdaq, and it's showing a halt parameter, 50, 60. Keep your eye on the red rectangles on my level 2. Those are where the limit up and limit down are. So 53.68 now, Joey. We're showing another halt parameter here. Is it going to be another false halt like the one at 53.60? This one looks like it's going to actually go 3, 2, 1.
Last all.
You always do that to me. Gray out, you crap. Man. There we go. We got the gray out, Joey. There it is. It is halted to the upside again. SMCX is a freaking rocket, up 200.5%, up to $53.68. Here's the deal. 10:10:25. The halt time, the earliest we will be open is 10:15:25, with the tap now showing $56. So we're almost, $2 1/3 ahead of where we already halted. This has only traded 9.8 million shares, even though this was basically moving in the pre-market as well. But because of the umpteen amount of halts, it looks like it's going to be a little bit lower on volume. I haven't been quite watching it yet to see the spread and sort of the bamboozlement that may be taking place. We're going to be watching it as the price action develops. SVRA, we just took a beak wetter there in the 15s. 16 high a day for SVRA. It's still putting in higher highs and higher lows. I want to pick up some more because I don't have too many shares here. So I'm going to look to defend, the 6 mid-single digits. I'm talking about 605, 607. We'll see what we get on this one. I also want to mention one other one here that I negated to mention when I was showing the black charts. PAVS. Look, you're not getting a lot of volume here. In fact, the last few volume bars, mostly under 100,000 shares per pop, but you're getting a hell of a respectable trend of higher highs and higher lows. You're above the 10 EMA, you're above VWAP, you're above all the important levels, and most notably, you're up 18.25% on the day. So keep your eye on this one. This one is a different trade, north and south of $1 for the time being, though, and for the last, I want to say, hour and change. This one has been above $1, but traded carefully, Joey, as the volume is light. But you're getting lit up over there. Tell them what you're looking at, baby.
Yes, sir. Let's go in Tesla. Guys, looking for that continued breakdown. That's why you got to get out when you're supposed to and hold on to those winners a little bit longer. Oh, this is disaster as I can't hit the key that I'm looking for. So we missed out on a little bit more profit taking right now. But other than that, guys, a nice breakdown in Tesla for the W. And if you want to take a look at some of the overall market, like the Qs and the SPY, this is a chop mess. So welcome to Chop City right now. So be patient, sit on your hands a little bit more and wait for the market to find a specific direction, guys. Same thing with Bitcoin. You have a half an hour of just essentially, half an hour, brother, of just essentially what happened.
Nothing. I'm copying your words. That's your thing, I was doing it down there, and people are like, why do you keep repeating what I'm saying? I'm like, it's my co-host, man. I can't stop doing it.
You gotta listen. You gotta listen. But hey, man, like this says,
I love it, bro. I'm just bugging, bro.
What's going on? Yeah, man. I'm jealous. You're seeing you got a little sun.
I got a little sun, Joey. Not too much, man. We did a lot of whale watch. I was wearing a hat a lot of the time. I didn't want to get burnt bad. But
everybody's like, I wonder what Sharif's doing. Well, I said if I put my bottom dollar, the chances are that the dude found a gym somewhere.
100%. Twice a day. Twice a day.
So there you go. I put my money where my mouth is. But guys, be cautious of what we got going on. Potential reversal signals here in Tesla, and you can see that Bitcoin heading back towards the volume-weighted average price. I can't take any more stabs, but if this gets going, I'm not going to complain whatsoever. Let's get back up to 95 to 100K, guys.
My man. All right. Shout out to Paula Malone. She's dropping money in the chat. Joey, 20 big ones. Thank you for that. Hey, from South Carolina, I'm assuming South Carolina, USA. Dang, I miss my boy Sharif. No more days off for you, darling. Love the haircut, Joey. Looking good, darling. I love Southern talk, bro.
Yeah, I know,
It's just so homey. It's so folksy. I love it. Obi didn't want to blow me a kiss for luck. Show him how it's done, boys. How could you do that,
You didn't do it.
You did? She's saying you didn't,
We'll do it, man.
Oh, right out, and she put right there.
A double.
Oh, correct it. Let's go. There it is. There it is. We love this guy. All right, guys. Joey, thank you for the super chat, by the way. Shout out to Paula. Thank you very much from the great state of South Carolina. We're taking Prince, though, on SVRA, Assassino, as this one continues to hold the higher lows and higher highs. And we did get that ad in the mid-six single digits. As I earlier mentioned, 605, we got that ad. We just went the beak there at 14s. But it looks like it's a bit of a thicker trade here in the 16s. The 615s, 614s, there's a seller in and around this area. What's keeping me optimistic about SVRA is the higher low situation. We'll see how long that lasts. SMX still halted. It's showing a tap of $56.01, about 1 penny higher than what I last reported. And Joey, it is now exactly, where's my atomic clock at? Show yourself. We got 10 seconds here for SMX at the earliest possible opening time, as that will be 5 minutes. Let's see if it actually opens. There it is. It is open. It has got a new high day of 56 on the dot. Down it goes, though, into 54, but it is getting bought up for now. Be careful. The 10 EMA on the 5 is at $45. There's another high a day, Katina, man. $61 as this thing rockets up. Here's a halt parameter, 60.83. 60.83. If we continue at this for about another 6 or 7 seconds, we're going to halt again. Let's see if we get the gray out, Joey. This thing is rocketing up, having done now 10 million shares. And there is the halt up, SMX up 250% and looking to go more.
All right, beautiful stuff, guys. Yeah, I mean, Bitcoin's just luring me in here, and I have to follow the rules. 3 strikes, you're out. We should have been a little bit more patient, but 2 VWAP attempts, a couple fakeouts, and we experienced this on Wednesday before we actually got that big-time move to the north side. So we'll head back over, and you're breaching VWAP. That's one of my secondary strategies is the volume-weighted average price break. And sure enough, we're starting to climb right back into 42, 45, and the volume picking up here. Oh no, Bitcoin, it's gonna do it, man. We're live and we're so back. It's not even funny, Sharif. In the world of crypto, we don't want to count our blessings too soon, but there it is, 52.35, and now you're trading up 15 cents higher from that specific level, but that doesn't matter. We can't have them all, but what we do have right now is this Tesla continued short. That was the one. Oh, if I could fight, I would, but I can't.
This guy always wants to fight.
I can't do it, man.
So funny.
I wish there was something on the opposite side that I could just be like, what are you doing? But no, in all seriousness, guys, a nice move in Bitcoin. The volume's starting to step in. We're seeing the strength in the time of the sale and time in sales. That's exactly what we're looking for. Some of these mega caps starting to get a little bit of a rebound as the SPY is outpacing the Nasdaq, guys. Keep an eye out on that. So the longs might be in play as Bitcoin and Google start to recover.
I like it, man. Keep them in suspense. Joey, you're talking about crypto. Let me build on your point.
All right.
Look at this crypto watch list here, Joey. You see any red names?
Not a single one.
Nary.
Nair.
But what I want to point out, not Nair, the hair removal product, but Mara, Joey, 7%, Clean Spark, 13 3/4, Riot Blockchain, 9 3/4, HUD 8, 5%, CIFR, 7%. You've got the miners running higher than the coins today. At least that's what I'm able to gauge from this crypto watch list. So if you're looking at, throwing your hat into the crypto ring today, maybe one of these miners, especially Clean Spark, up the most, 13 3/4%, and looking real freaking good here. If I can make that point, Assassino, what do you think about this trend over here, Assassino? We're gonna keep asking you. He's good. He likes that. I like it. I like that he likes it. So CLSK continuing to run here as all the miners seem very, very strong today on the back, of course, of crypto regaining a little bit of an uptrend. We talked about 92,000 being a key technical area of resistance. We're above it to the tune of $500 now. We'll have to see where we close out on the day. I know crypto, obviously, a 24-hour market. So your opening print, a little bit different than mine, a little bit different than Joey's, really depending on which exchange you are using. SVRA. Sorry, I'm crazy today, man. I got a lot of energy, Joey. All that R&R was good for me. We're gonna take a little bit here off the top. It's a 616 high a day right now in SVRA. It's unbroken higher lows, but it feels a little top heavy. You ever see the rounding patterns that we get at the top before a big move down? It doesn't drop all at once. It starts rounding, maybe with not as many higher highs, continuing to give you that higher lows. That's what this one feels like, so I don't want to overstay my welcome. So I'm continuing to wet the beak here in the consolidation area, knowing full well we could get a second bull flag out of this first, and I'll be out of luck because I won't have enough shares to actually ride the trend. So I don't take out too much too quickly over here. SVRA, the one I'm focusing on. Jay Bronson, a handful of miners have gone from mining to AI data center power. You are absolutely right. We always see these companies, move with the flow. If 2022 and 2021 was all about mining crypto or whatever, 2020, now it's all about data centers. And then if everything was NVIDIA chips, we're going to get to this, I promise. Now it's custom specific chips to run applications. So everything takes its time, everything is cyclical, and it's just about riding the trend. Joey, SMX is a freaking rocket ship, man. We are halted at $60.83. We're waiting for this bad boy to open up. It halted at exactly 10:15:53. It is 10:20 now. So if this one, the earliest it will open is in about 30 seconds at 53. Let's see if this one opens after 5 minutes or what its situation is. Shout out to the real Don D, CLSK, CIFR. I mentioned both of those, my man, in addition to Riot, in addition to Mara, in addition to Clean Spark. So there's a lot of good miners that are running today. They're very strong. Ride the trend while you can, Joey.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. So we got out of Tesla break even there as price started to come back up against us. We were holding the majority of it for the low of the day, which would have put us around 1850.
SMX open.
1815. SMH is open.
SMX, yeah.
Yeah, SMX. Thank you for that update. But other than that, guys, I might look to take a potential small long here on FBL. That's going to be the 2 or 1.5 leverage on Facebook as we're starting to break out. And of course, that, oh my God. All
what
right,
happened,
anyway,
Joey?
yeah, I mean, so yeah, there it is, guys. Tesla coming back in. It did reject the support level. I think it's now potential resistance as you come back in. We got out of that. Facebook starting to go, Meta continuing to climb. We're starting to see a slight pullback in the IBIT.
Joey, Katina, man, Obi, everyone, I just found out something crazy. I'm digging into exchanges and I stumbled across BTCC. Top 30 globally. But here's the wild part. BTCC has actually never been hacked. While major exchanges kept getting wrecked, BTCC stayed untouched. 0 KYC if you're in the US, Canada, or Europe. Through Trader TV, you get 100 USDT coupons for registering plus 15% bonus, things that cover losses up to $15,000 in USDT. Seriously, what am I missing here? Scan that QR code on the bottom right of your screen for more information. Shout out to the BTCC crew. Joey, we're continuing to hold here SVRA into that 617. That is the high of the day. Showing me 16s right now. Looking for more. SMX is halted down. As this one giveth, it will be very quick to taketh away if you do not have proper stop placement. So make sure you are using sound risk management strategies before weaseling in a trade like SMX. It can wreck your account pretty quickly, especially if you go full size and you go big size. In any event, it is halted, Joey, at exactly $54 on the dot with the theoretical auction price, the top, momentarily showing 46, now up to 47. It halted at 10:21:17. The earliest this will be open is 10:26:17. From what I've seen so far, all the halts have been 5 minutes. Doesn't mean it's going to stay that way. So be on the lookout here for a bit of a move down. But I need to basically, temper expectations maybe for the shorts, because the 10 EMA on the 5, the closest moving average to the price action is showing 47.50. We're halted at 54 with a high a day of 60.83. So we're well extended. So it is completely within the realm of normal trading for SMX for this one to halt down, come a little closer to that $50 level, and then perhaps maybe resume trending to the upside. Who knows? None of them march to the beat of the same drum. This one might do one thing and the others might do another. So be on the lookout for that and react to the trades accordingly, Joey.
All right, brother. Yeah, whenever, just remind me which one again there, brother? All right, cool. It sounds good, man. There it goes. Tesla rejecting that resistance zone and coming right back in towards this structure low around 1825. Other than that, Bitcoin's starting to come back in. That's all right. We'll look for another trade here, guys. Trade the Pool is transforming how stock traders access the markets. With its limited risk trading model, traders use funded capital while Trade the Pool absorbs the downside. This allows traders to focus on what truly matters: discipline, consistency, and growth. And right now, with Trade the Pool Black Friday deals, you'll get 15% off all evaluation accounts automatically at checkout. When you hit the profit target, you keep 70% of the profits. No fear, no barriers, just opportunity. This is the revolution of limited risk trading, powered by Trade the Pool. Visit Trade the Pool or scan the QR code now to get the discount, and we are going to...
Hold on, this is one of my favorite segments, Joey.
I know it.
Right, small cap recap.
That it is.
So there's a lot of pressure on her right now.
A lot of pressure.
There should be a lot of pressure on Sia right
absolutely. I mean, listen. From what I got from the last one, we might be in a little bit of trouble.
We might get replaced, Joey.
Yeah, we might be in a little bit of trouble here, brother. All right. See
Small cap recap.
Thank you so much for that. So small caps are very quiet on Holiday Friday today. Russell is up 0.4% and lots of individual movers as always for small cap stocks. Let's take a look. SMX is surging over 50% in Friday's session on positive news, with shares trading in high 20s and a market cap around high teens in millions, firmly in the microcap territory. NVNI is up 1.75 on the session after giving up early significant gains. This is a sub 50 million market cap, keeping it in the micro cap bucket, up on positive news as well. Last but not least, VUZI is trading higher on no specific news catalyst today, but is trading higher on relative volume as well. So it was up in the pre-market with other variable and AR stocks. That's it. Thank you. And back to the guys.
Excellent, Sia.
Yeah, fantastic stuff. As always.
So guys, that is Sia. She is one of the new on-air hosts with Adara. Obviously, Adara is sick today. Adara is still around. Sia is, because you guys know, obviously, we're expanding the times for the show, so we're looking at bringing on more hosts. Sia is one of the first ones we're bringing on. We're very happy to have her. She's a very natural speaker in front of the camera.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. In the first couple segments there, it's just like, all right, you're rocking and rolling. Yeah, whatever. Rivian millionaire. Shh. Be quiet there, my friend.
Oh, no. Tell him, Joey.
Ooh, yeah.
What happened, Joey?
I didn't say anything.
What happened, Joey?
Listen, I didn't say anything. But no, in all seriousness, guys, this is what I'm doing.
When'd you get engaged, Joey?
I didn't get it.
Did you get engaged?
No.
Your monitor went out.
Yeah, well, these guys are making false accusations.
Okay.
Exactly.
I didn't even know Joey got engaged. I'm like, where's the invite? I'm sitting here next to this dude 3 hours a day. I don't get an invite?
Listen, we got to be.
What is
Everybody would catch an invitation if there was one.
They catch hands with that invitation too.
Catch hands, everybody
My bad. Joey, I got to interrupt.
Okay, go ahead.
SVRA is breaking out. There is the new high a day of 31s. We just wet the beak there at 28s. Good breakout now. So we've broken out through that, kind of anemic top trend into 620. We are now a 631 high. Let's see if we can form a second bull flag here on SVRA. We've already formed the first one, having started that one right at 9:30. We formed it. Now we're breaking out. So let's go ahead and let's not take out too much too quickly, man. If this is going to be the second bull flag, why the hell would I take out everything in the consolidation area of the first? So I'm posting up here near 40. Let's see if we can price spike up. It's trading at the high of the day. There's a new high of day, Joey, as it goes into 33s, looking for continuation into the top.
Absolutely. I wanted to get into something here momentarily. Okay, that's going to be a little Bitcoin talk. So we'll talk about that in 1 second. But what I want to talk about is the neckline. Screen, please.
Why is she laughing like that?
I don't know.
She's always causing trouble.
I don't know.
I want to know what she's doing.
Yeah. So 1 second. Yeah. Okay, guys. All right. So this is what I'm thinking about as for a recovery here in Bitcoin. So we're starting to get that bounce. We talked about the volume profile as well. So if we can get a move back into 100,000, we want to see how to react, how the price reacts. That's crazy. Take that down immediately. Take that down.
Congrats, Joe from the Trader TV
Take that down immediately.
Should we send our congratulations to Selena as well?
To who?
To Selena. I don't know.
For what?
For the prenuptials? I don't know, bro.
Are you kidding me? That's crazy work, my friend. No, in all seriousness, guys, this neckline in Bitcoin, big time fail is correct. So this neckline in Bitcoin is what we're going to be aiming around in 101,000 on BTC. So keep an eye out on that one. And trust me, whoever I just tagged in the chat and what I said, if I could, I would. But unfortunately, I cannot. So keep an eye out on that. Other than that, guys, no trades right now. NVDA still heading towards the downside potential, LOD.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Future hire for the 5 big ones in the chat. Appreciate you, my guy. Always kind, always respectful, and always a solid contributor in the chat. Get well, Adara. We all miss you. Joe and Sharif, have a great weekend. You guys rock. No, you rock, my man. We appreciate you, future hire, for the kind words and for always sticking with us every day. We see you in the chat every day. You're always contributing positively. Exactly. Thank you for being there. Joey, I'm focusing on one trade. I hope I'm not boring you to death with this SVRA trade, but if I am, let me bring another one to your attention. This one was given to me by, I believe, Gavin in the chat. Shout out to the OG Gavin there. And this is a good looking one right now as it breaks into the high of the day. I'm talking, of course, about SLNH, and this one's got a good volume profile. Each 5-minute candle has an average here of about 400,000 to 500,000 shares each, up 25%, coming into that $2 area, holding trend again, you're getting all the right ingredients above the 10 EMA, above VWAP, higher highs, higher lows, all the right ingredients for this one. So we're going to have to weasel in here if it's appropriate on SLNH. It looks as good, if not better, quite frankly, than SVRA. So we're going to try to work into that. Separately, SMX looks like it will be the first 10-minute halt on the day. All the prior halts, as I mentioned earlier, were of the 5-minute elk. This one likely to be 10. But this one, I wanted to point out, this one started going nuts yesterday in the later time of the day. I want to say around 3:30, and then all hell broke loose at 4 o'clock. Why, you ask? Nobody asked, but I'm going to tell you anyway. Because there are no volatility halt parameters in the aftermarket, as is the same in the pre-market. So the degens like myself, their hands start shaking in the pre-market and the aftermarket. They got to start punching in because there's no volatility halt. So you can get price spikes that go way quicker than 10% within 5 minutes, as we are restricted to during regular market hours. It just opened up and it is dropping quite aggressively here into the 10 EMA, trying to hold that $48, $47 area. It's holding for now, forming a hammer candle, but it is red. Let's keep an eye out here on SMX. I like it at a couple of areas. First and foremost, the one right now, because that's the 10 EMA. You guys know how I feel about the 10 EMA. Secondly, I also like this $40 breakout area. Take a look at what we did right at 9 o'clock. That $40 level was pretty hard. We couldn't break it at 9:45. We couldn't break it at 9:50. Then all hell broke loose at 10 o'clock. So if $40 comes in, this could be a great pickup area. I'm talking, of course, about the $40 area. This thing's moving dollars at a time. So you can't get too nuanced with 10 pennies, 15 pennies on something that's doing dollars in seconds, right? So keep that in mind. SMX definitely in view for me here, but we'll have to trade this with much smaller share size, as this one can rip your face off pretty quickly. Joey, you're getting lit up over there. But before you start getting lit up, I gotta read this out.
Read it out, brother.
Another $10 super chat from Mr. B. Davis. Happy Thanksgiving, my. Shout out to the GOAT Joe. Google downside or dip by here. Thank you so much, Mr. B. Davis, for the kind words and for the super chat, of course. All class B. Davis. Joey, he's asking you about goggles.
Yeah. I mean, goggles is, I think at any point, obviously outside of an intraday perspective, is a good dip buy in this name. If you just slowly start grabbing some here and there. We'll take a look at the intraday. I wouldn't be surprised if at some point it bounces. We have Wednesday's low session right here, and you're starting to see a little bit of buying pressure step right back into this underlying. As for the daily, are you going to be grabbing it all the way up here? Maybe not. Wait for a little bit more of a pullback. We might be looking at some overextension. But as soon as if you ever get the chance of heading back into 290s, I think this is going to be an absolute grab, 110%. We like Google all the way. And I told you guys, this was one of the biggest mistakes I've ever made. So again, just trying to right those wrongs in Google's and picking up some good names. There it is. Off of those lows, I was selling right around here. And then sure enough, boom. Later to that. And we're off to the races. But what we're off to the races on right now is in Bitcoin, as Ed's heading towards the high of the day. There's a move up in Tesla. We flipped long, got stopped out short, seeing some reversal prints off of the lows here in TSLL. I want to make this position a little bit bigger. So bang, just like that, I'm going to double my size. Why? Because we can, and we ain't scared of nothing.
Oh man, this guy's dropping hot lines, man. I don't even know how to follow up with that, Joey.
Ain't scared of nothing.
Scared of nothing, baby.
Out of nowhere. Yeah, that's why.
No, I had something to say, but no, I had to filter it in my mind for it. You know when you're away for a little bit and you know you're not on camera, you know the filtering starts fading a little bit. But now we're back on camera and we gotta watch what you say.
With Cabo and
yo, bro, LA downtown is getting worse. Bro.
Is it?
It's getting worse, bro. I thought it was. My sister was telling me should they cleaned it up a little bit. I don't know where she was looking, brother.
Crazy,
dude. Like it's just full out.
It's crazy how there's both ends of the spectrum.
It is, man. And going from LA County and downtown, I don't want to say LA County because there's a lot of beautiful places in LA County.
Yeah.
But from downtown LA to Orange County, is night and freaking day, man.
Really?
Yeah. It's just not the same. It doesn't even feel like the same state.
That's wild.
That's just kind of the way that is. All right, here's the deal. We're involved in KTTA. This one I was involved in earlier. I had a couple of good prints, but I ended up getting stopped out on it. Now it's above VWAP, and it's trying to trend back, I want to say, into that 170, 180. What do we get here, Joe? We got 61s. I'm posted up at 66, then 69, then 74. But there's an aggressive seller here. Why? Well, this is the area we had problems with earlier. Take a look at the candles here between 940 to 955. All of them actually found support at this level. So let's see if we can get above 65. There's the first print. Can we get into 69? We just got 66s. Looking for continuation in 69. And then we're looking at 74s on that bad boy. So KTTA trying to get back above. Well, it is back above the volume-weighted average price, above the 10 EMA as well, but it's still south of that $2 area. I'm going to be looking here to pick up some off some higher lows, okay? So if we get, a 150 drop in and around that area, I'm going to be looking at adding into that area for an eventual pop above that 175. How's that other trade doing, SVRA? Well, we were hopefully theorizing that this one had a bull flag number 2. It hasn't quite worked out that way. Still showing me 27s. We got 6s, so we're nicely in the money, but that's not why we're in this, right? We're looking for that continuation into the $0.50. We'll have to see what we get, and we won't get upset. Shout out to my man Neil, who's got this day off. Guy at LAX, Sharif, offer some love to the Valley. Brother, I love the Valley. I love Pasadena. Glendale, there's some very nice areas in Glendale as well. I'm not a big fan of Burbank. I like Studio City. All those are Valley areas, are they not? Obviously, the coast, we're not even talking about, Malibu, or not Malibu, Santa Monica. Malibu's, I think, what's it called? Ventura County. I'm not sure. But anyway, there's a lot of places in the Valley that are nice, Joey. But there's obviously a lot of areas in downtown LA that are.
I've personally never been, but what I've seen and what I've heard, it's obviously you get both ends. So we don't necessarily have that kind of dramatic type. What's the segregation, I guess? Chart
hustle. I'll comment about whatever so pleases my heart.
He's back.
Okay. All right.
Back. He's back, and what's back is Tesla. But aside from that, Ozan, where have you been, brother? Rivian Millionaire traders, listen up. First month free. That's right. We're waiving fees. Trade smarter, not harder. Upgrade to Elite. Analyze, strategize, capitalize. Our platform. It's everything. Infinite data, instant trading, lightning fast market insights, game-changing charts. Predict with backtesting, reliable real-time data, global markets at your fingertips, all in one platform. Ready to execute your best trades now?
Yes.
Ready to elevate your trading? Scan that QR code, ladies and gentlemen, and click the link in the description. All right, so we missed a little bit of a fill there, but in a TSLL, we're in off of those lows. Great risk to reward. We only have to risk about 15 cents or so to prove that we're wrong. A little bit less, 7 cents, half of that. Then we double up the position, and then we climb all the way up into approximately 1838, looking for that VWAP grab. Some beautiful, beautiful indecision prints off of these lows. Let's see if we can get a recovery in the tech names. What happened?
Glendale is Little Armenia. I did know that.
Oh, okay.
Anybody who's been to the Glendale Galleria, if you've been to the, what's the other place in front of the Glendale Galleria, guys? It starts with an A. I forget the name of it. Anyway, it's a big shopping mall. Say that again, Asesino? Oh, the super chat, another one. It's on the screen. Intel popping again. Analyst says Apple using them. Okay, we'll have to look at that in a second. I saw Intel popping earlier. I was wondering why the boys weren't looking at it, but I didn't look at the. I didn't look to be the Americana. That's it, guys. Thank you. So I've been there plenty. It's definitely it's a nice time out there. I have nothing bad to say about that area, Joe.
All right.
But
hold on, Sharif. Let me.
Go ahead,
got
Joey.
anything to cover?
No,
there?
go ahead.
All right, there we go, guys. So we're back here in Tesla. What we took off is just a measly 2%. Looking for a little bit more of a move to the top side and a break of the volume-weighted average price. But look at the Nasdaq this morning. This is a disaster. If you're trading the Qs, this is the opposite of what you actually want to see. SPY a little bit stronger, but this sideways chop almost an hour. So we're a little bit over an hour into the session. Not good. So watch out for support levels to be breached. And some of these larger tech names. Coinbase was moving all the way up to 280 from 270. So that's a nice move there. So I have to keep my eyes on this as we're starting to come back into my break even. Not too good of a look. Looking for more of a continuation in the strength. but the Nasdaq and some of the other names saying, Meta up to 644, guys.
All right, guys, SVRA's into the 10 EMA on the 5. I've got 6s, the 10 EMA is at 610. So I've got decisions here. Do I flatten out the remaining position, or do I add here? A couple of things I have to consider. The 10 EMA is one of the levels I look at. The other one, of course, is the volume weighted average price, which is showing 6. So here's the deal. I'm going to get in a small amount here on SVRA, and I'm going to save the big ad for that $6 area in case it does dip in. So we'll go ahead and wait there, and we'll throw that at the $6 area. SVRA, looking for the move back up. Let's go ahead and post here at 14s and see what we can get in and around that level. So that is one thing that I wanted to cover. The other one, KTTA, I added into this one for a possible higher low. We'll have to see if that higher low stands. We have now 60s on KTTA, excuse me, and it's showing me 58s right now. Lastly, though, I want to mention to you guys a really good one. ONMD. I did mention this one to you guys at the top. I said, it was trying to hold above 2, and there it is, rocketing up right at 1035 into a new high of day, $2.30. It's up 55 2/3 and coming back down now, possibly maybe into 215. There was certainly some selling in and around that area. Look at those closing prints right around 215. That could be an interesting add. Otherwise, I'd be looking at that 205, 2 to 205. The reason I say that is VWAP is at 206 and the 10 EMA also at 205 or 206. So you're getting a little bit of overlap between those two key areas right now. So that's what I'm looking at right now. SVRA and KTTA are the ones I'm involved in, but I'm very interested in SLNH as well as ONMD, Joey.
Absolutely. Beautiful stuff, guys. It's time for us to post up here to see if we can get that move. So a solid recovery, so a 1-minute candle, overlapping bars, but we want to look for that 1840 as our next potential profit target. I know as soon as I post up, they're going to be like, we don't want to fill this guy. But at the end of the day, we're going to go there so we don't have to wait. And that's going to be that next specific target. The Nasdaq can't find a direction yet, guys. What are the big boys up to? I think it's being led to the downside by NVDA. So if you get a bounce there, then I think you're going to be okay. So there it is, guys. Some nice indecision prints off of those lows. Volume relatively subdued as well. So keep that in mind. But 1, 2, 3 touches almost to the penny at that 177 level, and you're starting to get a little bit of a bounce. But look how close VWAP is hugging price. That's to be noted, because it's extremely, extremely important. So there it is, a nice little bounce to the top side. Can this be sustained? Keep an eye on the volume, because if it doesn't pick up, you're going to be in a little bit of trouble, and it might be more of a chop fest, grabbing, absorbing, and then as soon as enough people get trapped, they're going to finally pick a direction, and you better hope you have picked the correct one. Aside from that, Sharif, let's take a look at the top performing sectors before we send it back to you, my brother, and see what we got going on for this shortened session. Once again, I hope everyone had a fantastic Thanksgiving. Okay, perfect. Energy up 1.4%. Financial sitting in that second place, 0.93%. Materials, 0.6. And then the bottom three, the real estate, still positive. Consumer staples, positive. Healthcare, not positive. Now we're going to send it off to Sia.
Overall, the market is looking quite positive with the S&P up 0.3%. Let's have a look at what and where the weakness is lying currently. The only place I could see that the weakness today is majorly tech, with NVIDIA, Apple, and Google all in negative territory. However, Microsoft is strong up 1.2%. Retail also, if you see, is performing great, with Amazon doing really well this Black Friday, up 1%. Weakness also seen in healthcare, specifically pharmaceuticals, with Eli and Lilly down 2.6%. J&J down 1.1%. Elsewhere, I feel like banking stocks are strong. In the group, JP Morgan is strong, 1.6%. That's all. Back to the guys. Thank you.
Thanks for that, Sia. Yeah, important, obviously, to keep an eye on the different sectors, especially on a day like this, Joey, where, some lighter volume trading. So if there's any, exuberance one way or another, sometimes it shows up a little bit when there's not too much on the other side of the equation. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Just looking for some relative strength across the board here. And what we're not seeing it in is Tesla, you sly dog, you. We needed to start rocking and rolling. But what is cooking? Oh,
what
my
is cooking,
day, Sharif. is Robinhood. Who are these guys?
Who are these?
At the end of the day, man, you're not far off of that previous all-time high streak. This is a big-time move. You're right back up to $130. Just like that, as quick as you would like. We'll take it off the 24-hour clock and see what we got going on. Indecision print off of the lows, support neckline holding up beautifully, as Obi would like to say, and then a move higher once again. So you're only a couple percentage points off of that specific level, 15 to be exact. At one point, we were down almost 30% off of the high.
30%?
33%.
That's crazy.
But this is what I was saying, Shreve. We talked about taking the stairs up and then jumping out the window on the way down.
That's not good, Joey.
It's not.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's the inverse as well, too. Much appreciated. So there it is, guys. 15% recovery off of the lows from $100 to $829.
Joey,
smackers.
whose birthday is it, brother?
Well, they said happy birthday, Joe. I'm playing along there.
That's nice.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
nice.
So I said thanks for the birthday wishes.
My boys, Libra gang.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
Joey, you know we're officially at a Scorpio season.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, well,
They're an intense bunch.
They are, man.
They're an intense bunch. You know a lot about that, don't you?
Yeah, I do. I do, man. I do.
Shout out, brother.
Yeah.
Shout out. You know, always fun in games. It is Sagittarius season. It is fire sign season for the little bit. Shout out to the fire signs. You know what I always say, though, Joey? There's no fire without air.
There's no fire without air. Oh.
Isn't that true, though?
Yeah, you're
Doesn't
not wrong.
fire need oxygen?
It needs oxygen to
That's
the
what I
fullest,
heard.
man.
Boom.
Fire without
Right.
air. Also, shout out to Avatar Fire and Ash coming out in a little bit less than a month. I know you're looking forward to that one.
Of course.
Sharif.
I'm going to be at the movie theater right away like I always go.
You're pre-ordering tickets. Yes, dressed up in blue. As well.
Dressed up in blue, says Assassino.
There it is, man.
This guy,
there it
bro.
Is. Fire and Ash.
All right, here's the deal. SVRA, happy with this ad. Joey, we added at 9s. We just wet the beak there into 23. So the ad on SVRA for the moment paying off. Let's see if it continues to do that, okay? So happy with this trade. Let's talk about this new one that I've got involved in right now, SLNH. Shout out to Gavin for giving me this one. Look, I got in here for the 10 EMA hold, knowing full well that a little bit below that 10 EMA was the volume weighted average price. So we already got in our position at 81.5. It's showing 82 there, but it is 81.5. And I've got another possible DCA to fill at 77s. That is to defend the volume weighted average price. Those are the ones that are doing okay. The one that I'm concerned about is KTTA. I got bamboozled on this one earlier. I had a couple of good prints, and I may be getting bamboozled on it again. Now, we'll have to wait and see, because that 150 area, not just a $0.50 psychological support, but it is, in fact, the volume weighted average price. That's, hollow, that's not that good if you're looking for a trend up, because what we've got right now are 3 red soldiers here on the 5-minute chart. Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, and yes, you guessed it, lower low, lower high. So what's the silver lining? The silver lining is that 150 area is the volume weighted average price. So I'm looking for that area to hold. Let's see if we do get that on KTTA. It's up 44, 43.25%, and it is coming back down here into the $0.50, Joey. I've got what I perceive to be a possible money fill at 48. It's at 48 right now. I'm not getting filled because it's not crossing. There we go. We get the fill. Let's see if this one breaks through 40, because that's my line in the sand. We're not going to be DCAing into an oblivion here on KTTA. It has to hold that 40 penny level. Otherwise, I'm gone. What do you got?
Yeah, same thing, Gorev. I'm going to be taking out the majority of my position if we can get that move up there. I'm still sitting on approximately 90% of it, 95 even. I took small potatoes off. Even more, guys. Come on, let's go. There it is. Look at the time in sales, guys.
Look at
it go. Look at clean flushes at the ask and above it, and now we're getting that strong move. But what we need is to also correlate that with our volume by time profile to see if that starts to pick up. If it does not, our chances of catching this fill, come on, you can do it. You can do it, Bitcoin.
You can do it.
Or Bitcoin. I'm talking about TSLL. It's just always in my mind at all times. guys, if I'm not at home staring at charts, game planning, then I feel lost at times. There it goes, Sharif.
What happened, Joe?
Pop to the top side, my friend. This is what we got to do. Bang. Right at the volume weighted average price. There it goes, Gorev. Can we get north of that? I didn't take as much off as I would like. I feel like I'm yelling right now. Am I yelling?
Yeah. But it's fine.
It's cool.
Everything's good.
Woosah. No, in all seriousness, guys, because I'm Joey Chills at the same time. Right there it goes. Some more off on TSLL, starting to finally cook up that storm. Happy Friday. Happy belated Thanksgiving to the fellow Americans. It is Black Friday, so let me know, guys, if there's any specific deals out there. Tag me in it.
You looking to buy anything specific, Joey?
Yeah.
What do you got? Are you allowed?
I need a plane ticket, my boy.
Plane ticket.
Yeah.
I like that. Do those go on sale on Black Friday?
Dude, you don't even.
I have no idea. Do they?
You were here when I was going through that hiatus with the old airlines there.
Yeah, of course. Did you get your money?
I did. I got a little bit of money.
That's good, bro.
These guys messed up super large. So
what?
24 hours cancellation, you get a full refund. But I went through a third party for a discount. They didn't call the secondary airline for my departure flight.
Which was a different one than Air Canada?
Yeah. And then they never refunded me that. So I have to rock with a specific one.
Another thing,
so we got one, but hey, I need to go to where Sharif was just at, my brother. You know I love Viva la Mexico.
Mexico. It was nice, bro. It was nice, man.
Come the new year. There goes Tesla. Now we're almost, I think we are positive, 0.75%. Bang. We're really starting to cook up today on TSLL, bottomsnaggers.com. That's where we're living, and we're going to continue to rock and roll.
All right, SLNH just dropped below the 10 EMA on the 5. I still have my order at 77s to get a dip into the volume weighted average price. Do I have to move that up? I do, because the volume weighted average price is now at 78. So I'm actually going to front run it into 79. Let's see if we can get the fill there. SLNH, if it drops below that $1.75 area, it is all over for this trade, and we will take an L on it. Let's see what we get, and we won't get upset. Shout out to the dude, Neil. He's having some family time, man, as well as he should. Smart man to take the day off, because we obviously had yesterday off. SVRA, which just went the beak a little bit there on a nice pop back up. And then last but not least, KTTA. Okay, finally getting a green candle under its sails here. Let's see if it's able to print, though, a higher high. To get above that higher high, that prior candle high, it's got to get above $1.58. So let's see if it's able to work there. It's at 154 right now. Let's see what we can get on this one. ONMD, I was yelling about this one earlier. It wasn't just Joey yelling. I've been yelling as well. That's typically what I'm doing. That's usually what I'm doing.
Yeah, I don't know.
ONMD, Joe, popped up into $2.30, rocketed right back down into 2. Here's the deal, though. Take a gander at these higher lows. So this is ugly, right? But this shows you a tendency for the name. Meaning what? Meaning when it makes a new intraday high, it has a tendency to sell off aggressively. That should play into your strategy and your thinking. Once, twice, and possibly OBE is the one thrice coming after this 230 area. We'll have to see. But what I like about this is this little looker right here. Higher lows all throughout, despite the fact that has a tendency to sell off after making a new intraday high. I can get behind that, especially at that $2 area. ONMD, definitely in focus for me here. Let's see what we get on this one. I think I just got the ad on SLNH. Let's take a quick look on that one, and we did. So let's now throw in the stop below 175, Joe, on this one. So how many shares we got? We got that many shares. So let's go ahead and wait here, and then we'll give it to here for this many shares. So that's what I'm looking at right now. Let's see if we can get rocket back up on this one. So 3 trades. Some of them in the money, some of them not so much. All right, who's this? PW639875. Thank you guys for all you do. Grateful and thankful always. Go Bills and God bless. Shout out to my man PW639. I think Neil will definitely love that Bills comment there, but we love the love from you coming as well. Who's that assassino? This one. Shout out to Eddie. Yeah, he's definitely Armenian. Look at that last name.
Yeah, I like Eddie.
That last name yells Armenian.
Dude, on Wednesday, Eddie gifted like 200 memberships.
Are you kidding?
I swear to God. Yeah.
Fantastic, Eddie, man. Shout out to my man, Eddie.
People don't forget Eddie.
Being an Armenian myself, Glendale is the reason why California Car insurance rates are so high. Go figure what I mean. I know exactly what you mean. They're very active in that regard. Hey, I'm not pointing any fingers. I'm just
What, saying that there's
I'm not Armenian. No, I'm not.
But that there's a region in Ontario on why our insurance is slightly higher?
Toronto?
Yeah.
The carjackings to no end?
Everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, they'll steal cars from everybody. Mitch Marner got his Range Rover stolen in the movie theater parking lot that I go to.
I remember that. Didn't he get jacked?
Yeah,
he got carjacked.
Yeah, he got carjacked.
It wasn't even a break-in. He got carjacked.
Like, get out of the vehicle.
Like, well, okay. I'm getting out.
Right away. Yeah, no problem. There's
no fight you for that?
No argument
Absolutely
there whatsoever. But see if this isn't.
I don't pay all that money.
America, it would be a slightly different story.
Tell him, Joe.
Here it goes to the top side. TSLL. Listen,
my man.
You guys are the best. Roy Tesla. Majid, you guys are absolute superstars. When you say things like that, we cook up even more. So there it goes, even more to the top side. Tesla, TSLL up 1.5%. Piecing more out, I have 50% remaining of my total position, grabbing it off those lows. Obi, flip game strong. We were short, get stopped out, break even. Boom, we flip it to the long side, double it up, and then sure enough, we're starting to chef it up. Sia, what do you got?
Hold on. Before we go to Money Talks, Sia, there's a saying. Money talks and something else walks. What do you got there, Sia?
Don't say it, obviously.
I don't know if I was supposed to answer that or not. Okay. So overall, we are seeing a dollar weakness heading into the weekend as traders continue to look for indications of a cut from the Fed. The dollar index is trading near a 2-week low, and markets are ramping up expectations for a Federal Reserve rate cut in December and price in a more dovish path into 2026. A softer U.S. data and signals that Donald Trump's administration favors a more dovish Fed chair are reinforcing the move. Moving on, the yen is under pressure on continued Bank of Japan hike speculation. The dollar yen is hovering in the mid-156 area, with the yen still historically weak, but stabilizing as traders increase the bets that the Bank of Japan could deliver a rate hike as soon as December. It's worth noting that features just a second here. The CNE features have resumed trading, but the major CME group disruption earlier today temporarily halted FX and commodities futures trading, distorting price discovery and volumes across currency markets during Asian and early European hours. Back to the guys.
Thank you very much for that. Sia, you're getting a lot of love in the chat as well she should be. Shout out to Sia, the newest member of the Trader TV Live team, and we're very happy to have her. Shout out to Sia, killing it already. Joey.
Yes, sir.
Go KTTA, go Assassino. Finally, starting to give me a couple of red triangles there on the chart. So we're looking for continuation here above the $170. That is where we topped off at the 1035 candle. The high of that was 167. Let's see if we can get above 170. We got higher lows. Now we need those higher highs to ride trend. Keeping an eye on this one. Also keeping an eye, of course, on SVRA as it continues to hold the 10 EMA on the 5. Where I added into this position. We did wet the beak into the quarter dollar, but I'm looking for a little bit more. The one that's undecided and that I've taken absolutely no prints on, SLNH. It is above VWAP. We got the add at VWAP. I'm not adding any more. It's going to have to change trend for me to add, as well as obviously take some profits. SLNH, what I'm talking about there. There goes KTTA back into 163. Where are we waiting here, Joey? We're waiting at 65. So we need that break above 65 to get the print. Then, of course, if we're waiting in the 60s, you know where we're waiting. It shouldn't even be a question. We're waiting at 69er, and then we're waiting at 74 as well for a nice break up there. But the high of the day of this bad boy, $2.06.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so Amma Hamanda asking, Joe, I sold January 2028. You didn't put the ticker in there. I sold January 2028 15 strike puts when it was at $12.30. Okay, when it moved up to 1480, those puts raised in price, while the calls I bought same date doubled then. Why? Ended trade now 4.1K in total profit. I need to know the ticker, and honestly, I have to read a little bit more. This is slightly confusing, and I'm kind of concentrated on this, but Emma, Amanda, I will get back to you, I promise. So if you stick with the boys in the later half of the session, I'll do a little due diligence for you, and then I'll get back to you with an answer. But aside from that, guys, Tesla kind of going off with the market right now. It's struggling to break this 1852 level. So if we can get that breach, we're going to post up at 54s to see if we can catch an additional fill. But a little bit of a pullback that we're experiencing. Robinhood heading up into those pre-market highs, and now coming back aggressively, Sharif. So we want to keep an eye out on that. But I mentioned, guys, 15% off of the previous lows in Robinhood. We'll take that all day, every day. This name has absolutely been monstrous for us, and it's going to continue to do so, in my opinion. But there it is, an additional fill on TSLL, continuing to climb, hitting that high of the day, establishing a new one roughly. Guys, we're going to have to put in some. We're going to have to take some more out as we're continuing to climb. Man, oh man, Tesla doing your boy a solid on this front.
Go look at my screen. What's the strongest microchip semiconductor name on the day?
SMCI.
Intel. 7.5%. And here's why, Joey. Headline reads as follows: Intel to ship Apple M processor as early as 2027. No way. Is this a Foundry thing? Let's find out. Intel is expected to begin shipping Apple's lowest end M processor as early as 27. TF International Securities analyst Ming-Chi Kuo says via X, he added, there have long been market rumors that Intel could become an advanced node foundry supplier. So it is for the foundry business. That's very good for Intel, and likely as a result of the pressure President Trump has been applying. Let's cut the crap. He took an interest in this company, not for it to flounder, but for it to flourish. And he's going to apply pressure, obviously, to have that succeed. So supplier app, but visibility around this had remained low. My latest industry surveys, however, indicate that visibility on Intel becoming an advanced node supplier to Apple has recently improved significantly. Apple previously signed an NDA with Intel, non-disclosure agreement, and obtained advanced node 18A. So we're talking about the 18A node, not the 14A one. Big difference there. That's more akin to 3 nanometer or 4 nanometer in Taiwan semi-speak. The key simulation research projects such as PPA are tracking in line with expectations, and Apple is now waiting for Intel to release some whatever PDK currently scheduled for the Q1 of 26. Apple's plan is for Intel to begin shipping its lowest end M processor utilizing the 18A AP advanced node as early as Q2 and Q3 of 27, but actual timelines remain contingent on development progress following the receipt of whatever that thing is. Okay, interesting look there. I just wanted to bring that to your attention because a lot of people are speaking about Intel as well. They should be up 7.5%. The strongest microchip name on the day. Not even close, Joey. KTTA, we just took out more there at 69, no, 65. Now we're waiting at 69, 74. Let's see if KTTA can take out that $170. That $170 was a good area of support earlier. It is now acting as resistance, so we got to clear that in order to get some more prints. Keeping my eye on that, Joe.
Yeah, all right, guys. I guess that was a wild guess of mine anyways. Yeah,
Thank you, cool man, for
in
that.
INTC as you're heading up to 3960s, but what we are looking for is a continuous new high in TSLL. We're posted up at 1854s to see if we can catch an additional fill up there. I mean, this was strong. This was the okay. So I don't know if we're gonna head up into there. If we do, I think it's gonna be a bonus because I'm looking at Robinhood, Bitcoin starting to come back in as well too. But what's forming a steady grind and a beautiful channel here is META. Ooh, we don't want that. We don't want that garbage.
We don't want that, Joey.
Yeah, exactly. So there it is. Boom. Almost a new high of the day in Meta. And this is what we want to rock and roll, man. Listen, it's why sometimes, regardless of the time frame in which you're trading, just get out. Listen, and I'm talking from experience.
Right now.
Oh,
it's the end of
that's
you
JoJo.
and me.
That's JoJo, no?
Is it actually?
Yeah,
no way. That's perfect.
Yeah, that's
perfect.
JoJo.
How apropos.
I'm pretty sure. Adara would be able to fact check.
I think she's in the chat, bro.
Yeah,
so she might be able to answer, yeah.
No, but in all seriousness, guys, what I was just getting at is, okay, I understand sometimes taking the loss is grueling, but what's even worse is this holding a position and then watching other setups come on display and then you not being able to take them because you're all tied up in this one specific losing trade. Tina Man always says don't send bad or good money after bad, and it's kind of the same thing. Get out of those trades when you're supposed to, But at the end of the day, when you do, it's going to set you up for some beautiful trades, and that's like Meta. If I wasn't so heavily in a specific name, I would have been able to add more into Meta and sending even bad money after good, which is something
I'm just worried about the people that bought at the bottom, Joey.
Yeah,
I'm worried about them. They're $100 in the money. What are they going to do, Joey? They're probably panicking.
Like, at this point, like, see, that's the thing, Sharif. Anytime I see one of these hyperscalers, the mega cap names, down 20%, it's like throw the kitchen sink at it. If you got any cash on the side, starve for a couple of weeks. No, don't do that, obviously.
This guy is throwing bad advice there. I love it.
Throw what you have in it and what you're willing to lose. Because at the end of the day, over time, they have proven to recover again and again.
Yes. Guys, I'm not panicking about Meta. I'm being as facetious as I could be.
Extremely sarcastic.
Yeah, exactly. No, I was.
But listen,
yes, sir.
In all reality, we know what happened with Zuck and company before with the metaverse. So when he gets CapEx heavy spending, people get worried. The street gets worried.
Yeah.
But throw that out the window because this guy continuously wins time and time.
He does. But you know, let's be fair. Let's talk about both sides of the equation here. He doesn't have the same runway to monetizing his AI spend as Amazon, as Google, as Oracle do. They are going to rent those neocloud computers immediately to customers and start reaping the revenue. He's not. He's got to reap the revenue through ad sales. So those ad sales better do good. Number two, Llama sucks. It sucks.
For now.
Yeah, for now. Okay, but we can only judge what's going on right now.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. But this is what I've been saying for quite some time, and we're starting to experience it. With OpenAI, Gemini, it's like, okay, OpenAI was king of kings. Or I don't know why I always say that. It was king of the LLMs. But at the end of the day, you're getting this leapfrog like style within this race. Is like, okay, one day ChatGPT is the best, the next day Gemini's the best, and the next thing you know, it's like, oh, Perplexity, oh, Llama's starting to gain a little bit of
now
ground.
Gemini, everybody's talking about Gemini. You hear Brendo's loving Gemini.
So there it is. That is.
No, you're absolutely accurate, man. Shout out to Eddie R, man. Don't throw in the sink in it. Just let it sink in. I like that, my man. Thank you for the $3 super chat. That was quite whimsical. And what is life without whimsy, right?
What is
a little bit of whimsy, bro. You gotta have a little bit of whimsy, Joe.
You know what my grandparents used to say to me all the time? They said, you have the life of Riley. But I never knew
what?
I have the life of Riley.
What does that mean?
Well, that means apparently I have a pretty good one, but I didn't know who Riley was.
Who is Riley?
I don't know, but he had a good life apparently. So shout out
to
Riley.
I know
Riley. Yeah, exactly.
I can get behind that.
So, there it is. What we're also getting behind, Sharif, is more fills on TSLL as we climb up into 1855, putting in a new 1 minute high, not quite 5 minute, and we're starting to creep a little bit higher.
50s TV show.
50s, there we go.
Undefeated
50s,
chat.
There you go, undefeated chat. There we go, the life of Riley. Oh, you know what? You know what's funny? I'm aging myself a little bit here. Even though I was born in 92.
You're good when you're next to me, brother. You're good,
I actually used to watch black and white TV.
There was a very, very brief period in my life where there was like one black and white TV.
You know what show
still
it
around.
was called?
Which one?
I think Leave It to Beaver. I'm pretty sure. My great grandmother.
Yeah,
used to watch it all the time. Sharif,
yes, sir.
Oh my days. Here we go. We're starting to cook up, guys. As we slowly, we're gonna take another 10% out right there at 1855. So that's what we got going on. And a new one. Oh, Sharif, I don't even know if I can send it over to you at this point, brother. As we're continuing to climb. Look at this breakout that we're experiencing here on TSLL, guys, climbing back towards the high of the day, and we still have
Be Still My Heart
5% of our position remaining, and there goes another high. We got to take some more out, brother. I can't.
You got to take out more, Joey. You got to do what you got to do, my man.
Myself at this point.
Yeah, that's okay.
It didn't give me the fill. Dirtiness. Oh. Baby, let's go. Hey.
I'm loving it, man. Jalea Nightmare was telling me, what were you watching? Genie? Leave It to Genie? What did he say?
I don't know.
What was that movie? Genie in a Bottle.
I don't know that one.
Was that the one where she was like an actual genie and she dressed up in pink and stuff? In the 70s? It's like a 70s show? Yeah. Bullshit. No, dude, I used to see this on like right after school.
Oh, yeah?
They used to have reruns of it on. Say it again, Fabian. It's like Bewitched. Yeah, okay. I Dream of Genie, man. It's I Dream of Genie, not Genie in a Bottle. You're killing me, man. You got me in trouble with the chat. It's okay.
Look at Tesla go.
Jack's always wrong, he says. Nah, man. It's I dream of Genie, dude.
Look at INTC go. Look at Intel go.
Where's it going, Joey?
Look at Tesla go. Where is Katina Man when you need him? I got to hit this. No, I was telling everybody in the chat stream.
What were you telling them, Joey?
They were giving me a limit on how many times I could hit this Stone Cold, but I was like, you can't hold this man down here, so I'll get hit.
Hold on, they're giving you limitations?
I'm being sarcastic.
Yeah, I was about to say, Joey Options
too many times,
it takes orders from nobody. Shout out to my man, Joey. All right, guys, we got a whole bunch of prints here on KTTA, but as has been the case the entire day, it's a little ziggy-zaggy. It makes an area high, it drops back down, it's holding VWAP, it's holding the 150. I've got 150s on, so we're 6 pennies in the money currently on the remaining amount. Let's keep an eye out on this one. But this one, SVRA, continues to trend up into that 6 1/3. In fact, 6 1/3 is exactly the high of the day, 33s that is. We got 27s on right now. Well, actually, we have 12s, having added at 10s there. But looking for a little bit more. Now, how's this one doing, man? SLNH, Joey, we got $1.81. It's showing me 80 right now. I feel like getting out of this trade because the volume is just dropping off a cliff, and I'll take the 1 penny loss if I can right now and get out. Now, this, I may feel bad about this because, look, this one's holding above VWAP.
Oh.
I think I'm just going to hold on to it. I'll let this actually go negative on me. I don't want to take it out if the technicals are not telling me to take it out. So I will kind of be a little bit stubborn with this one. I want to see it hold above the volume weighted average price. My issue is it's not making any higher highs. And what I'm looking at is my side chart here. I see higher lows, but you're not necessarily getting the higher highs that you need on SLNH. So I don't know if I should be getting out of this one and just focusing on something like ONMD. ONMD has been fantastic. Look at that lower trend line that we drew earlier. Still very much valid, still very much holding up. But it really hasn't changed its tune all that much. It makes new intraday highs and then sells off aggressively. You can predict almost where it's going to go to vis-a-vis this lower trend line over here. So if you get a new area high, let's just say 250 or whatever ends up being the new area high on the day, look for the retracement if you miss the move up. But right now, you're in a great area to get in. I'm going to get in, Joey. I'm sick of talking about it, man.
Do it, man.
We're going to flatten out the hot garbage SLNH here. I don't care if this one pops up. I'm going to go ONMD. This is probably going to make me pay, but we're going to punch in here for a nice move up. Let's see what we get on ONMD. We're going nice over here for a nice breakup. Now, what's my move? Below 2. It loses 2, it loses my trade. So we're going to go ahead and do that, and we're going to throw in the stop right now on ONMD. Keeping an eye on that bad boy there, but we have no profit takers. So what's that all about? We got to take out some here, and then let's layer the profit takers in the mid-teens, mid to high teens as well. Let's post up some at 18. Maybe we'll even post some at 222. So let's see what we get with that bad boy. Let's go to KTTA, still holding above VWAP, still holding above the 10 EMA, still south of 70, excuse me. I'm wondering here if I should add, because we're still getting higher lows. KTTA has very similar higher lows to ONMD. I don't know if I want to add into this one, though. I'm thinking about it. I'm not going to add into this one. I'm not going to add. It's shortened day. We've got like another 45 minutes. I'm just going to let this one do its thing 21 or 25. Joey, SMX was halting to no end earlier, so let's get back to that one because I know people are talking about it here, and it looks like it's going to move up into 50. Look, I don't like this one. Ow. It's still got lower highs based on that area where we halted at around, what time was that? 10:25. We opened up at around 51 bucks, and since that 51 3/4 high on that candle at 10:30, it's been a series of lower highs. Let's break that lower high trend by making a print above the 1050 candle, which has a high of $51. So if this one breaks above $51, that will be a break of trend and a possible move up. So I'm probably not going to trade this, but I'm going to keep an eye on it for you guys. What are you looking at, Joe?
Yeah, same thing, man. I almost caught a new high there. Didn't catch the fill at 64s, but we take some more off. This remaining candle, so I had about 45%. I just cut that in half up here, but then Tesla puts in a new 1 minute high and continuing to climb, going oppo of what Google is. That thing's bleeding, hood bleeding, and Tesla, there it goes again, Sharif.
That's crazy.
Yeah, this is madness, brother. Madness.
I like it though, Joey.
Yeah, no, it is what it is, man. We're
Your boy Elon wants to double his fleet. You see that?
What I was gonna say to you, you seen the Meta in the Google news, right?
No, remind me. The TPUs, of course, tensor processing unit.
So that helped boost both of the names.
Of course.
And because I was just thinking of it because we were just talking about Meta and everything.
I should probably mention that one of the guys that's actually working in the TPU division at Google dropped an X post laughing at the sell-off on NVIDIA, saying basically you guys don't understand how this works. I don't know if he's got shares in NVIDIA or what's going on over there, but you know, it was well received because he is part of the TPU team and he's making statements like that about NVIDIA. But I want to get to this on Monday because I feel we don't have time. Application-specific integrated circuits. Do your homework on the weekend about that. That could be a major disruptor for NVIDIA, especially for the hyperscalers who have to buy umpteen amount of these only to kind of design their software around the NVIDIA architecture. The application-specific integrated circuits are the exact opposite. You're designing the chip based on the software, so it works seamlessly. It could be the major disruptor that we're talking to about.
Didn't NVDA just partner up with somebody though, who they can modify? Who was that with again?
I have no idea. You tell me.
We were talking about it last week.
Yeah.
I thought or the week before we were talking about that. Where now that you can modify the NVDA stack essentially.
I don't know about the stack specifically, but the disrupting part of ASICs, number one, it's way cheaper, way less energy hungry. You're not locked in by the CUDA software, right? So you can kind of integrate. And to be quite frank, it integrates better because the chip is designed for the software. It's not the other way around. So that could, you never really know how these things end up working, but it's just some food for thought to have in the back of your mind when you're doing your investment planning. This guy's lit up over here. Show him what you're looking at, Joey.
Man, yeah, this is going nuts at this point, man. I think we can head towards that high of the day as Tesla just puts in a new high. I got nothing left really, but we're gonna continuously piece it up. 132 Wolf, yeah, I do, 110%. I'm gonna get one because a couple of my buddies have them. I'm like, yo, those are so nice. Oh, Katina, man, baby, he's coming in. He's ready to rock and roll. He's got a little smirk on his face as well, too. Hi, Joe. What are some cool catalysts for Tesla? It is not, I mean, it is a tech company, I think, at the end of the day. Even though we think of them as a EV company, no, they're 100%. You got the storage. You're working on autonomy. So it's one of the purest plays in Mr. Dan Ives' view. So there it is, guys. Tesla continuing to climb higher. Also, our boy Meta continuing to climb as well, too, up to 644.
Oh no!
What happened? Who is it?
I'm pumped, bro. Meta, man. What are you kidding?
Absolutely.
Where was this thing? In the 580s?
Yeah,
570s?
585.
I hope people bought.
Low, man. I hope people bought. I hope you bought. If you didn't buy it, I don't know.
Dude, it hit almost 80 on the dot.
Yeah,
580.32. It defended 580, Joey. It didn't print below 580. I'm just looking at it right now, yeah.
All right. Katina, man, gotta check this out, brother. Look, short here, boom, boom, we piece it out. Get stopped out, break even. Well, guess what? Flip game strong.
Flip game strong.
TSLL, we double it up. The clip wasn't even empty, man, and we put the extendo on that bad boy, added more shares, and then sure enough, climbing higher and higher. So we got 60 rounds in that one there, my friend.
Not a boy. Shout out to Gorev. I was DCing in Meta, and my last average down was 581, which became the bottom. Bang. I don't know quite exactly where my bottom price was because I just throw out those orders ahead of time, so you don't really have to make the decisions, you know, in the moment. And quite frankly, you're not always there to punch in. But one thing that I should mention to you guys, one thing that's really helped me is I've changed my order type to fill outside regular trading hours, because oftentimes, Joey, what we get is really good prices in the pre-market and the aftermarket if there's a sell-off, and I want to be able to participate if the price that I like comes in at those times.
Anytime, like they can. We want to catch fills anytime.
You want to catch fills anytime, my guy.
Any place, man. Anytime, anywhere.
We'll have to see how Meta does both, like, because you and I were just talking about this, right? Like, we have to see some monetization come in the short to intermediate term on this huge AI spend. coming from Zuck, whether it's the acquisition of talent or the acquisition of chips and data centers. He's going to have to monetize this. Otherwise, he's going to be made to pay. So one thing that I'll be looking for on the next earnings call is, has there been a boost to ad sales as a result of the investment, or are the investments still being made for the future and are currently unprofitable? If that is the case, I think he may be made to pay, at least in the medium term. We'll have to wait and see. It's always a bit of a tough one to call, especially with Meta, because their business model is so different than Google's, despite the fact that they are the two biggest digital ad sales names in the world. Are they not? I'm pretty sure that they are, yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, guys, continuing to watch here, KTTA, we just took a beak wetter at 70. This one's continuing to trend up, higher highs and higher lows. SVRA, we're still holding some here. We don't have too much left on this one, but I'm waiting for a 33 penny break. It's holding the 10 EMA like a glove. And I just knew I was going to be made to pay. I got out of my SLNH trade to get into ONMD. I got stopped out of ONMD, and then look what SLNH is doing right now. So I feel pretty bad about myself. But it's one of those mistakes hopefully we can correct, so we'll go along here and keep an eye on it. There goes KTTA, Joseph, in the 75s. We have 48s after the ad on this one. We initially had much better than 48s. There it goes. Let's see if now we can get something into 82s. I'm going to wait at 82s for a price spike up. The high of the day on KTTA is 206. Keep your eye out on this one, moving up quite nicely.
Beautiful stuff. Yeah, Rook 78, anytime, anywhere, brother. That's what we want. No, but in all seriousness, that's the beautiful thing about, hopefully, some brokers don't allow them to. I can tell you one of my long-term will not fill you in the post market.
Absolutely.
Or the pre-market, right?
Okay, TD Canada Trust.
Nope.
8 a.m. is the first time you can take any trade, right?
Exactly.
So if you're doing that in your bank account, then you're S out of luck.
Yeah, you're S out of luck. So that's why having a little bit of being versatile is extremely important. So now in all seriousness, Glenn Smith, Tesla is all about the machine that makes the machine, manufacturing technology. Yeah, I mean, Brendo talked about it earlier, and I said this a while ago too, is that once they have the ability to grow this and expand, it can go exponential. We were talking about the linear growth essentially within the autonomy, slowly starting to expand the geofence, slowly starting to expand his fleet. But once
he's expanding the Austin geofence?
Yeah, well,
have you seen the geofence?
Yeah. Well, maybe you don't know which direction though.
My man, that was a great one.
You don't know which direction, my friend. But no,
if you know, you know.
Yeah, if you know, you know. Yeah. So, anyways, guys, aside from that, we're starting to come back in a little bit here in the markets. Coins still holding up around the volume-weighted average price. INTC living in its own realm at this point. And Robinhood heading back towards the low of the day, guys.
Yes, sir. All right, guys, I punched into SLNH. Let's see if this one wants to get back into highs. A good bounce off VWAP. I feel stupid for getting this out. I shouldn't have been getting this out. I knew that I was making a mistake. It was above VWAP. I was wrong, and I was made to pay. So hopefully I won't make that mistake again unless something is breaking down below my technical levels. Just keep focused on it, man. Anyway, let's see what this one has to offer us. But this one is, what's going on? There we go. This one's continuing to do well. KTTA still holding above 70s here. I've got 82s next for KTTA as it shows me 74s again. Let's see if it's able to work up into area highs, and SVRA is right at that 30 penny level. I'll submit to you the real resistance on SVRA is at $6.30, despite the fact that the high of the day is $6.33. Take a look at the closing prints are all at that 30 penny level. So we'll keep tabs on that. SMX, we got to cover this one for you as well. It's still putting in lower highs. So this is why I don't like it. Let me make my case to you guys here. The lower highs on SMX need to be broken before I think this one's ready to go. So since we halted down, remember that halt down that at around 10:25 that we thought was going to be 10 minutes? I don't know if it was actually 10 minutes. Let me double check. Yes, it was 10 minutes long. So that halt down was 10 minutes long. And what it ended up doing was it opened up at about 51 1/3. Since that time, it's been lower high, yes, and more lower highs. We're still above key technical levels. I'm talking about that $40 breakout level. I'm also talking about the volume weighted average price hanging now at 39.5. So that's a great overlap between a breakout technical level and an indicator technical level right there. I'm talking about VWAP, of course, both intersecting generally at that $40 area. So SMX could be a money fill at 40 bucks. I'm not saying it will be, saying something to look out for there. Keep your eye out on that. And then what else do we got, man? TMC. So this one, I wake up, I'm all happy about this one. The metals company, you guys know I'm involved in this. This company basically has a proprietary extraction for critical minerals from the seafloor of the oceans. And apparently there's these nodes that are super heavily dense in these critical elements, minerals, magnets, all that good stuff. And they've got this machine that can extract it. The problem is they don't have the regulatory framework. They don't have the approval from the regulator in the US to go and start doing it. So they're waiting for that. We'll have to wait and see when that comes. But TMC is a company I'm involved in addition to MP Materials. I've got a couple of names there that we're looking to make some money on, hopefully, man. We'll have to wait and see. So TMC up 10.5%, but very much selling off after that big spike up yesterday at around 5:30. It already had a good day. I mean, from 9:30 onwards, it was about 7% and change. But when all was said and done, from the aftermarket to from the 5:30 to the aftermarket high, we were up 41% on this name. So good look, but we definitely need continuation on this one, Joey. So that's what I'm keeping my eye on right now.
Yeah, absolutely, Ron. So yeah, in all seriousness, let's break this down, guys, because what we want to do is obviously always keep an eye on the volume. But I think at some point we're going to fill this gap. When I seen this in the pre-market, I'm like, no, it's either we're going to be really, really strong today, or it's going to be a complete disaster. And sure enough, the latter was most definitely in play. And look, just sticking to our rules, I'm so happy that I didn't take that fourth attempt. 3 strikes, you're out of there. 1, 2, 3, and that was an accidental. I meant to get out right here, and I added by accident, but anyways, we got out of that. So this is only 3 trades, essentially, and I'm extremely, extremely pleased with myself for just getting out when I was supposed to and going with that gut instinct. We're starting to head towards a key level and a neckline. And in this market, these necklines do get broken, guys. So pre-market support right here, and the momentum and volume drastically starting to pick up. This is going to be your 3rd largest volume print, and look at the strength within this. So this is when we want to correlate our volume and price and classify something as a genuine move. Effort and result, right? Effort and result, right? So I was going to get up and get it, and then the screen would have just been blank. So a good thing I obviously did. But no. Look at the effort within the candle, right? And then look at the result within the print. So for me, that's just telling me what happened. What's funny? So yeah, there it is, guys. And this is something that we want to keep an eye out on all the time. So if this was an indecision print, like if we head over to the actual underlying and go to the daily on Bitcoin, in which I was referring to the largest volume print since November 20th of 2024, and the largest volume print on IBIT ever. It was literally ever, Sharif.
In the history.
Did you know that? Did you see that?
No.
On Bitcoin, did I talk about that when you were here?
The largest volume print ever?
No, on IBIT, yes.
Okay.
But on Bitcoin, it's the largest volume print since November of 2024. November
very
20th.
interesting.
So November 20th, 2024 was the largest print in a span of a year.
Right after the election.
And then a year later, it puts in, a year and a day later, it puts the largest print. Since that span, yeah, exactly.
Interesting.
So, yeah, very, very interesting stuff. So that's why I'm not going to be getting involved with it to the long side right now. And I'm extremely overweight, even though I did trim some off, guys, and I've rotated into some other names, Meta and Robinhood. Haha. Yeah, so let me hit that there and there. But no, in all seriousness, that's what I did. I rotated out of weakness, and I tried to find a little bit of strength, but the market is most definitely coming back in here. Something must be going on, because this is some serious volume, Sharif. Look at this
going on, man?
So Bitcoin,
market's dropping, big time.
Bitcoin selling aggressively here. Look at Google put in a new low of the day, and then also look at the volume step in on the SPY. Big time move. So so everything, like an hour plus of trading to the top side gone in the span of 10 minutes.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's how it
is. I'm just looking here at some positions, Joey. All right, good. Yo, Ramram's getting a little bit bossy. You see that message she just sent?
What did she say, man?
Look at that, bro. Look at it. She's like instructing everybody to do things. Don't worry about it, Ramram.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
what's
she's bossy, Brendo.
What's so significant about December 1st? I need a little more.
Well, she's not going to give
it.
it to you. You're just going to have to, listen to Ram.
I thought I looked cute every day.
I have nothing to say to that. I will not comment about that whatsoever. I think you're a great-looking guy, but I'm not going to call you cute. I promise you that.
Yeah, that's all right.
SMX.
I'll take it all day. But
Bruh. SMX is halted to the upside. There it goes, baby. Above $51, rocketing up. 53.16 is the halt price, having halted at 11:27.53. So let's keep an eye out on this one. The last halt, I believe the down halt was 10 minutes long. Let's see if this one's going to be 5 or 10. Gonna keep an eye out. You guys are killing me in the chat, man. We're having a good time, guys. It is a shortened day, so we're going to have a lot of giggles on the show. Hope you're having a good time with us right now. SLNH dropping again into that 180 area. I could be buying in there because that was the area we couldn't clear. So if 180 was the level of resistance, if it comes back into it, I want to be a buyer there. In fact, I'm going to buy some right now at ones. Let's see if we get that. We do get it. Keeping an eye on that one. How's my friend SVRA still hanging out, though, at 630, unable to clear it and unable to clear that 633 high a day on SVRA. How about KTTA? Well, still in the money on this one, but for how long? We broke the 170 resistance, but we're coming back down into VWAP. Most notably, though, we are still putting in those higher lows on KTTA. So VWAP is at around $1.53 or $1.52, can't quite tell. That could be another reload area here on this one. We don't have too many shares left, so I think I'm going to throw an order for that print right there. Let's see an eye here. I'll shout out to Eddie R. dropping 5 nice ones in the chat there. Someone do something to SLV. I'm bored. I need another 50 cents. You ask for it, you get it, my man. We're going to get Katina Man to punch into SLV right now. And he's got the money done, he said. He's got the most buying power, I promise you that, on this stage. So he'll be able to move the market. This is a great move up here for SLV. Brenda was pointing out silver to start the show. Katina Man was talking about it. Neil's been talking about silver for a while. 50 it looks like the high of the day there, brother. You're still holding up at the 10 EMA on the 5. You're putting in higher lows. In fact, this could be bull flag number 2. Whether or not you get bull flag number 3, Joey, I think you're going to need a decided break of 50-50. Then you might be well on your way. But you only got another hour and a half left before this market closes. And about half an hour left with Joey and I as the big boys come back on at 12 o'clock, right at noon there, Joey.
Yeah, stop the bleeding, man. Katina, man, what's for lunch, brother? We never even got that one, man.
There's some beef there, bro.
I'm a beef, eh? All right, cool, man.
Man.
I mean, hey, let's see what we got going on here. Google potential move off of these lows. Do we take a stab at this one? Nice indecision print there, guys. We could just risk a little bit lower than what this candle wick low is. Let's actually get this on a better time frame so we can see this more clearly now. All right, cool. Sounds good. So yeah, there it is, guys. We're going to take a little bit of a long here on GOOGL with $316.59 going to be our stop. Gia, what do you have for us?
Better be good news on crypto.
Well, it's not looking
Let's go,
good right now.
Let's go, Sia.
I call her Gia? Sia.
Thank you, guys. So here's your crypto update for today. We're seeing continued strength in crypto markets. Bitcoin's rally has extended back above $90,000 as ETF inflows drive positive sentiment. Spot ETF inflows remain at record highs, supporting not only Bitcoin, but also tokens like Ripple as new spot ETF products continue to launch across major exchanges. Moving on to the next one, hopes of another Fed rate cut before the end of the year have also lifted risk appetite. We're also seeing strength in SUI and BONK. These are outperforming at the moment, with traders betting on a December Federal Reserve rate cut. And finally, elsewhere in Turbo, BAT, and Fun are posting gains among smaller coins. And that's all for your crypto update for today. Back to the guys.
Thank you for that, Sia. I do appreciate that. Oh, Oh, I thought he was here. I was about to talk to him about GTA 5. Fabian, did you hear about GTA 6 having like a hidden map or something like that? That's supposed to be some security company that they're working with. Look into this, brother, because I know this is right down your alley. So apparently there's a hidden map within GTA 6 of specific areas, and it was supposed to be like accessed by intelligence companies. I know it's going to interest you. So. A lot of speculation about what they're doing with GTA 6 there.
When's this game being released?
November. It was supposed to be a day after my birthday. It was supposed to be May 26th, and I'm the 25th. And now they're talking about November next year. So
26. Wow.
Yeah. We won. That's why it takes 10 years to
make that game.
Yeah, but are you surprised, Joey? Are you surprised? I mean, guys, this is bamboozlement 101. They teach this in first year bamboozlement at York University. Guys, look at this move. 60.83. We pop up, we're about to halt at 60.83. Then all hell breaks loose. We're halting down now at 51.90. Oh, wow. And another false halt there. This is crazy, dude. Now we're dropping even lower. Limit down is 50.48. Keep your eye out on the red rectangles on my time and sale, on my level 2, 50.48. New halt parameter here. What a move up into 60.83. Now it's over $1 lower, and it's going to halt another false halt, popping back up into 51, 52 now. This is really, really aggressive, very volatile, probably caught a lot of people off guard here with that $10 drop. If you were sizing it substantially, I feel for you. Hopefully, shout out to Aura Alpha, sold at $60.48. You know what we're going to do for you? We're going to reserve this for you, Aura.
Oh, wow.
Money.
Great trade there, my man, and very, very sound strategy to get in through the break of 60, because it was 60.83 high, then all hell broke loose to the downside. Good for you. Hope you're printing up several storms on your side of the screen there. We're going to keep tabs on SMX for everybody who needs it. I'll keep you guys apprised about the theoretical auction price if this one does hold again, Joey.
All right, cool, good stuff, guys. We're cooking up here on Google as well, too. A nice little grab off the lows. If it comes back to the break even, we'll hop out, no worries. More or less a super scalp on this one. 13, what is my average there?
What's your average?
$317.70. We piece it up into 18s roughly, and continuing to grab some a little bit higher. Can we put in a new 5-minute high? There it is, Sharif.
Yes, sir.
See, it's not gonna. Yeah, it is actually relative. No, it's not too bad. Anyways,
That's
I'm gonna
not
eat those
too bad.
quick. No, not so. From a spread standpoint, I know Adara would like that, but there it is, guys. We'll see if we can grab some 18s over here. And nope, it doesn't want to flush, so we'll take a little bit more off here. No, it doesn't want to. This thing's really, really moving right now. So let's try to catch as much as we possibly can. A nice recovery in Tesla as well, too, north of the volume weighted average price. So bang, a nice little piece off there. I didn't put on too many shares considering we're still sitting in this Tesla trade, but I'm not going to complain about this whatsoever. We'll hold on to the remaining for the dream. But that spike to the downside, when we seen that volatility come into the markets, Intel was literally didn't even flinch. So if you want to look for relative strength, keep an eye out on INTC. Have we potentially topped out? Possibly, considering there's only approximately an hour and a half left in the day, so people might start walking away relatively early, and whoever's in a food coma is like, yeah, I'm out of here. A couple trades in the morning, and then see you later. What is
AC Slater?
I was gonna say AC Slater, but what is Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Which one?
His favorite in Terminator is like hasta
la vista, baby.
Yeah. So it's
I'll be back.
That's
the one you're talking about.
I'll be back.
There,
So they'll be back bright and early on Monday. If not, then I don't really know what to say. They're probably sleeping in, but hopefully they're not, because we start at 8 a.m. now these days. So if you are sleeping in, you're going to miss a lot of information, which I think is really, really important. But we're continuously taking some out here on
Joey.
GOLG.
I got a very, very important question to ask you. Okay. And you know, that's like how you could tell it's not important at all.
Oh, I thought it was going to be really important.
Nah. Right. Favorite Terminator? Don't get this one wrong.
Oh,
There's only one right answer. No. Terminator movie. My bad, Ob. Sorry, not Terminator as like the different Terminators.
Which one did he say?
He said Arnold, right? So it would be what was it? T1, T100,
yeah,
T100,
yeah,
right?
But,
yeah.
Oh, dude,
what's your favorite Terminator movie?
Oh,
1, 2, 3, and then there's more after that. But to me, it's just the first 3.
Okay, well,
One sec.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say Salvation. Terminator Salvation.
So what is that, 4?
Yeah.
Or
well,
5?
That's the only one I know. You know what?
That's a mistake, said Fabian.
Listen. I'm going to go with the chat is saying 2. Terminator 2.
There's only one right answer.
All right.
T1000. Shout out to Liquid Metal.
Thank you.
Dude, like, you know, growing up thinking that something could be liquid metal, it like makes everything, you know, not quite up to standard. You know what I mean? They created technology to make that effect, says Fabian. I'm not surprised, brother. What were you going to say? The liquid metal effect.
I forget. Oh, what's the buddy's name? Who's like the chosen one? John Connor.
John Connor. Yeah, of course. Sarah Connor, obviously, Mom Duke's there, and yeah, she was very tough. Obviously.
Google.
I think definitely number 2 is the best one. No question about it.
Yeah.
Number 1. When you watch number 1, it's like very, very dated in the graphics, so it's kind of funny.
What year were these made?
84, I think, was number 1. I think 92 or 91 for 2, I'm pretty sure. And then 2003 for 3.
I have a hard time watching those movies.
I know, but there is some nostalgia to it, right? Like, but it is funny to watch.
Yeah. I have a real hard time, like Arnold Schwarzenegger in the Predator movies and stuff like that. I don't know. I have a little bit of trouble with that. But no, aside from that, guys, Google. Wow, off of these lows. Oh, he took too much out too early, Katina Man. So a sniper mode off of that 5-minute print on GOOGL. This is turning out to be a half decent Friday, guys. Do I take it out or wait for a potential resistance zone high? I have nada left.
He's got
so
nada.
I have one out. I'll take it out right there. Only because I wish I had some more and I didn't go buck wild over here and just on the piecing out aspect. But we're still sitting in a little bit of Tesla. We'll hold on to that. Google working out relatively well. We traded 3 names, 2 of them green. The only red one here is on Bitcoin. And you can see it didn't recover as strong as some of the other names.
All right. Sorry, I was just focusing here on SVRA. So we did get the beak wet there at 33. We got a new high day on SVRA. In fact, it's 637. That's a new area high, so good trade on SVRA. We're still holding pieces here on KTTA, but I've got the lofty profit taker here at 82s. It's not even above 70, but it is most notably holding trend, what is set trend of higher lows and higher highs. In fact, it feels like an upward channel. Let me make my case to you guys on KTTA. So it looked definitely like a head and shoulders pattern. No question about it. You get the prior uptrend, check, left shoulder, check, head, check, right shoulder, check. Only thing is, it didn't break the neckline. The neckline was at $1.33. It never even came back down into that after forming the right shoulder. So here's what I see. I see higher lows, basically since the area trough that we put in at around 10 o'clock, 10:05 to be exact, and we've got higher highs. Certainly. So this is an upward channel. So what I'm looking for here would be a break above 175. That doesn't mean I have to trade it in only that way. If I'm pretty convicted about the higher lows, I should be adding when it dips down into that lower end band and then wetting the beak when it comes into the higher end band there. I'm talking about the upward channel on KTTA, which is up 57%. So we're gonna keep an eye out on this one and look to do some more damage. One thing we have done no damage on is SLNH. This one's volume profile is starting to decline again. It is barely above the volume weighted average price, and it is at the 10 EMA on the 5. I've got 83s on. It's showing me 82, so I'm already a penny out of the money on this one. I took no profits at 85, despite the opportunity to. I don't know how I feel about this one. This one feels like it is making a lower high, and then it is a candidate, a prime candidate, that is, of course, Joseph, for a flat bottom break. Having that bottom break at around $1.77, $1.78, that's where the volume weighted average price is. So if I start seeing any prints below 80s, we're just going to take the hit on that and take the 4-penny hit and then call it a day on SLNH, never to look at it again. I exaggerate for effect. So we're going to keep eyes on SVRA, ONMD, and KTTA. We'll continue to highlight technical levels on SMX. Unlikely to trade it, though, for myself, but I know a lot of traders in the chat are. And so, as a result, we'll keep that updated for you guys. Joey, what do you got?
Yeah, absolutely. Hold on, Sharif.
Yes, sir. What do you got?
You know what time it is here, guys.
What time is it, man?
I just hit the thing, man. Bites to bucks, baby. Let's go check out some of the algo activity. Working on 2 brand new ones, man. This is monstrous stuff, I tell you that. And I'm not exaggerating for effect on that one, Sharif, for sure. Google, let's head over to this, see if we grabbed anything on today's intraday session and see how we've been performing. Going over a bunch of names. Did it pick anything up today? Nada, but that's okay. I mean, this is close, but there's a little bit of, so there's a couple criteria that would make it not want to pick that up. Now, as for Tesla, did it grab anything over there? No, which is totally fine. We're just looking for something. I go across the board and I just run through a watch list to see how we've been performing as for the past month. And I'm like, if it doesn't perform well on this name, then I don't even really know what else to tell you guys. But again, fantastic stuff. In a span of a little bit of a month and a week, you're gonna take that all day, especially if you have the right basket of names. You're not gonna run it through the whole market. You wanna go back and see which ones have been performing the best and which ones are obviously not performing relatively well at all. So we'll go back to the November 24th. It gave us a nice little entry over here. This was our entry candle, a second attempt here, and then sure enough, it doesn't get triggered until later. But again, nothing's gonna be 100%, but just look at the profit and loss ratio compared to one another. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trades in the span of a month. 3 of them are wrong, 2 of them are 5 trades in the span of a month. 2 of them are right and 3 of them are wrong. But look how much larger the wins are. So we'll go over these here momentarily just to see what we got going on. And sure enough, you're hitting the profit targets and you're getting out when you're supposed to. And that's exactly how you want it to execute. I mean, 500 lost there, 500 lost 1,000 there, but 1,200 win there, $2,700 win there. And that's just kind of how I designed it. I'm really thankful that it's working. And I got 2 more that I've been working on that are starting to cook up relatively well. So that is your.
Oh. I like that.
Yeah, well, I just, do you see how I hit it before?
I did.
And then I hit it after?
You
know
haven't
who I
been,
took that from?
Who'd you take it from?
Katina Man with
Katina
the
Man,
lunch, man.
Of course. I was gonna say though, you haven't been as paranoid and obsessive about your algo as when you initially started.
Because that was like, you know when you get a new toy, right?
And you've ironed it out now.
Yeah, now I've ironed
I like
it.
that.
No, dude, I told you I'm working on 2 more that are pretty much close to being done as well too. So I'm
Hold on, there's more algos? There's more than one?
I got 2 more. Yeah, I got 2 more. Yeah. So one of them is closer than the other. So once those are complete, then it's game time at that point.
I like it. I like it, man. Shout out to the man doing the algo business. I definitely like that. Aura Alpha's got $46 buy on SMX. Look at it rocket up back into 52. Great buy, brother. And that was a great eye by you because that $46 area held to a T. And I literally mean that, to a T. You have 2 1-minute candles, both of which defended $46 and nothing below it. So good spot there. And then you're obviously well in the money now, $4 in the money. I don't know how much size you're taking, but that is a great trade by you. Shout out to Aura Alpha for having the compunction to punch in there at 46 and the ability to see that double bottom. Shout out to the man. All right, we're gonna keep an eye out on that. We'll always mention SMX because I know a lot of you guys are trading it. I'm gonna flatten out my trade. No, actually I'm not. I'm gonna wait till 2 o'clock. Last time I flattened out my trade on SLNH, I was made to pay and I would have been printing on that, but I'm not. I'm actually 2 pennies out of the money on this still. Not the same situation for SVRA. We're nicely in the money on this one. We've got 12s and it's showing me 31s. Let's see if we can start trending back up. KTTA though, man, it's starting to break trend a little bit here. So remember we were making the argument earlier that this one's got a nice up trend line with basically holding higher lows. That's in jeopardy at the moment. So my trade ends on KTTA if we make the first area to make a new low. So for me, it's gonna be below 155. I'm moving up my stop from below 150, we're moving up to 154. If we lose 154, that will be a lower high and a lower low. I'll have no qualms with that. So we will get out there if that is the price that's gonna break. So KTTA, we move the stop on that, but I'm also going to put some profit takers at a bit of a lower level. Now that we're winding down the show, I may not be able to get these moves back up here. All right, I'm good, man. I'm not waiting for 2 at all, brother. We're good to go. I feel refreshed, dude. To be quite honest with you, man.
Yeah, nice
I
break.
looked at my phone maybe twice a day. Yeah, it was fantastic. Rarely took out the phone out of the room.
Yeah.
I just leave it in there. There was Wi-Fi all over that place, but I wanted nothing to do with my phone,
That's
quite
good,
frankly.
man.
Yeah,
Enjoy your environment around you. Because
Yeah, man.
we don't
Dude,
get
I
to
saw
live in
humpback whales.
That's
Do you
how
have
sick
any
is that?
insane
How big they
how
are?
big they are?
That is
And it was
crazy.
early in the season too. The dude was like, they typically migrate from the feeding grounds in Alaska, and then they go to the breeding grounds in Baja and in the southern Pacific. But they typically come like January to April. So there were a couple of early birds.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so there weren't too many. Saw a gray whale, saw a humpback. Yeah, man. Monstrous, bro. Breaches.
In the ocean. That's just
Crazy. Well, are they actually, Katina, man? I mean, they look huge to me, bro.
A buddy on my hockey team goes on the East Coast, goes to like the Tulum area and Belize and does the blue whale watching.
Oh, okay. So that's a different migration route. Interesting.
So I mean, that stuff's phenomenal, man. I love nature. I've always
Same
been,
with me, bro. Same with me, man.
And I just find it so weird how like, why would we want to destroy this stuff, man?
You know what kind of
more like the Avatar.
got me a little bit? Okay, so you know LA, typically not too much humidity in LA. Like that's the difference between West Coast heat and East Coast heat. We've got a lot of the humidity on the Atlantic, not so much in the Pacific. It was different though in Tulum, in Cabo, because we're more south. But what I was expecting is because there's a desert as the backdrop that would just suck all the moisture out of the air. That's not actually what happened, brother. It was quite humid.
Nice, yeah. Good time.
Completely different than LA.
Good time of year to go as well, too, man.
It was chill. It was like 27, 28.
That's perfect. You're not dying of heat in the middle of summer and stuff and have the fear of the rains. No, I'm glad that you had a good time.
It was relaxing, Joey.
Yeah. You know what? It's funny because I was like, yo, I'm kind of like, and I had to like pause myself. So I'm like, I'm kind of like Dennis Rodman. And I'm like, okay, hold on, let me finish what I'm saying here. But just someone who needs to take that break. You remember in the Michael Jordan documentary?
Of course.
When he's like, yo, I gotta go
He just
to
left,
bed.
He's like, I need a vacation. It's like, what?
He just needs to mentally get away. And
he's a wild man. I love that guy.
That's how I am as well, too. But in all seriousness, guys, I'm glad that we got all out of that Google. It didn't climb much higher. We top-ticked this almost to the penny, which is a pretty good look. And then we're still sitting in a little bit of Tesla. I could take my remaining bid out here at the crack of this neckline. Considering we only have 10 minutes left, that'll be it for me as for trading, because there's only going to be an hour left of the day. So I'm not going to try to just go around and snipe specific things. Even though Robinhood is looking pretty attractive right now, nice indecision print off the lows. And if you want to grab these signals in some specific names, find the strong ones because they bounce more aggressively. So Robinhood potential move back towards the top side. But again, Friday, volume's cool, holiday weekend essentially. You're probably not going to get that aggressive recovery in which we're typically used to seeing over the past couple.
What do you think about December, Joey?
You think we get the Christmas rally? I mean, it's kind of started a little bit.
Can I say something though?
Yeah.
Like we've kind of bucked a lot of the seasonal trend this year. We had an Uptober.
That turned out a disaster.
It was October.
Well, I mean, for Bitcoin, maybe, I guess.
Well, Bitcoin got shellacked, but we're talking about the markets in general, It was in October. If I have to check to see where the NQ is month to date, but we're up 0.5% almost. So we could, Brenda, what did we need on the NQ to close positive for November? 2.5. So we're likely going to close red on November. Not that bad, though. The point is, I don't feel we've gotten that typical seasonality. And we didn't get that, aggressive sell-off in August like we typically got the previous 4 years.
Type price action.
And I don't know. I really don't have any proof. But to me, it feels maybe there was a lot of pull forward in selling, Joey, when we got the tariff tantrum in April, and the market kind of did a preemptive correction. So maybe we don't correct as much as we typically would. I don't know. Just spitballing here.
With that being said, do you think that we may not see as an aggressive of a Christmas rally as
that's another good point.
Anticipate?
That's a great point, because if we didn't get the deeper retracement, then we moved up as a result. And I don't know let's find out what the triple Qs are year to date, Joey. 21.11% for the triple Qs year to date. You want to find out what the SPY's at? Let's see where the SPY's at. 17.2% for the Qs, for the SPY. 21% for the Qs. If we closed out the year right now, that would be another 20% year for the market. The only year that we didn't have an up year was 22. So
Ever
5
since
out of
then.
4 out of 5 years, excuse me, since the pandemic, we've been up, and that's compounding, baby. Those returns are compounding. So that's kind of what I love about that.
Yeah, big time. Obi brought us the 12-month chart actually on the overall market, and yeah,
Always he does.
12-month.
Says you always got to zoom out.
Exactly. So essentially what he showed us is that 22 was the only one, and then it's been up ever since. So some solid years running, and I think it's going to continue. We know that we have a lot of the tech analysts who are extremely bullish, whether it be Tom Lee or Dan Ives, that say, but they think that this rally and this run can go on for a couple more years, and I think so too.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Same.
And I don't want to put it on one specific thing, but I think a key driver of it obviously is the AI trade.
Of course.
But you have to take into consideration the capital expenditures as well too. So the market, I believe, is going to continue to climb until we mentioned before things start to cool down.
Yeah, now I was just not a proponent of making comparisons between the dot-com bubble, and I didn't feel that there was any sort of similarities between them, because you have companies, real companies, making real monies, not inflated valuations like we typically saw in the late 90s, early 2000s. That just wasn't the case. Now, whether that doesn't result in a bubble, there could be another variable that comes in there that causes a bubble, but I was just not one to want to draw the comparisons quite quickly with the dot-com era at all.
And the probability, someone mentioned in the chat as well too, the probability of the December rate cuts slowly starting to increase as well.
But you got to figure that's a little bit digested by the market now, right?
Yeah. So pricing it in.
It's priced in.
And if you don't get it, watch out.
Absolutely. There'll be a correction.
You'll see a little bit of correction.
Did you see President Trump said he basically knows who he's going to appoint? And he was trying to say that he wanted Scott Bessent to take it, but he wouldn't take the job. And he was doing it while Bessent was there. He's like, I wanted him to take it, but he didn't want to take it. Right? He's like, okay, well, you're embarrassing him now, right? Anyway, TMC, guys, breaking trend, rocketing up above 645 into 676. That is technically the high of the day, despite the fact that we were above that level in the pre-market. Those are not official prints. We're about, still lower than that 7.5 that I would be gauging for, which was the area trough from yesterday. We also closed out 8 p.m. So after market trading yesterday at around 7.25, that could also be another area of resistance to keep your eye on. I'd be looking between 7 to 7.25 as a resistance area for TMC if it continues to run up and clears 6.75, which it's at right now. I just got stopped out of the last remaining amount on KTTA. We took profits there. I didn't allow it to go against me as it did break down below VWAP. And in addition to breaking down below VWAP, it has now broken that higher low trend that we were speaking about earlier. So let's see now if that lower trend line, which was acting as support, now acts as resistance if we are to climb back up near that price level. So watch out for KTTA giving back a little bit here. Separately, SVRA, we're still holding a piece on this one. I don't think I have too much left, but there's not much time left on the show, so I may be flattening out on this one quite soon. And that is it. ONMD is also below VWAP. Just taking a quick look here on my scanner. There's a new small cap gapper making its way onto the scene, but the ticker, very familiar to me. It's VEEE, baby. So just say V. Look at this thing rocket up into 280. It's all gas, no brakes. And this one, a little bit different than the ones we've been trading today. Why? Because it was doing absolutely nothing in the pre-market, only really getting the big price spike up and volume print at 10:15. And since that time, it has been, I'm surprised you guys didn't tell me about this. Usually there's a zillion of you guys yelling at me in the chat when small cap gappers are breaking out. But this one has absolutely never broken trend on the day. Look at all the prints defending the 10 EMA on the 5, rocketing up into that 284, 285 area. It's up 55%. I know for a fact this one is a former runner because I remember the ticker, and there's the daily. When you see these huge outsized days on a daily chart like this with a reversion back, you know that these ones are former runners, former convicts, as we lovingly call them on the show. Not in a bad way, obviously, because we'll trade them because we know that they have a tendency to make big intraday moves. The problem is, of course, they tend to revert that move either the same day or the subsequent day, so don't fall in love with these stocks. Up 55% here, Joey. Going to keep an eye out on this one.
Yeah, beautiful stuff, guys. We only got 3 minutes remaining. Again, we traded 3 names. We'll do a quick trade review. Tesla was definitely the saver of the day without any form of questioning. Short right here. We piece it out, stopped out, break even, and then we get that double ad. I'm like, you know what? You're not going to get away from me this time, because we did miss on the ad here as the volume stepped in aggressively. So there it is. Boom. Double up the position, move it to the top side, and we piece it out. Almost top ticket there. And yes, we are, my friend.
All right, Joey.
Yes,
each
sir.
year, 3.8 million concussions are reported in the U.S., yet, sadly, there is still no FDA-approved treatment. New York Stock Exchange, NYSE-listed Orgenix trading under ticker OGEN, is changing that with its first-in-class intranasal drug designed for rapid brain access. And with the concussion treatment market projected to reach about $8.9 billion by 2027, Orgenix is uniquely positioned to lead the way. So learn more and schedule a meeting today. Shout out to OGEN and their ambitions there, Joey. All right, let's cut all the other. I don't want to say cut the crap again. Let's just look at SMX, guys. Rocketing back up into 57 bucks. It's got a great trend under its wings right now. It's got a lot of bamboozlement into that $60 area, but it's holding trend of higher lows. Keep your eye on this one. It's still very, very strong, up 225%, above the 10 EMA, above VWAP, above key technical levels, I want to say, at 50 bucks. So this one's all gas, no brakes. Let's see what this one does actually after the market closes today, because it's going to be an early close. How long does the aftermarket run, Katina Man, on shortened days? Who knows in the chat, guys? Half hour, that's it? Either 4 or 6, OB saying. If you guys know in the chat how long the aftermarket lasts or goes till on shortened days, tag me. 5 p.m., everyone's saying 1 to 5, 1 to 5, okay. 5 p.m. says Sean. All right, sounds good, good. Okay, so we'll see how long that one lasts. SMX is the one I'm talking about there. Good strength. We'll keep an eye out on that. How we doing in Mag 7 world? Let's bring in the watch list over here and see how big tech is doing. We got Uber up, Joey, 2%. The Flakes is up 1.6. Softy finally catching a bid, maybe because Google pulled their complaint against them in the EU, but more on that on Monday. 1.4%. Meta, 1.88, looking to go 2, and most notably coming back into that 650 area. It's only Apple and Goggles that are negative on the day today. Down 1/3% is Apple, down 0.5% is Google. Amazon rocketing up on Black Friday, 1.5%. Tesla getting a nice bid here, 0.2% in Greensville after our friend Elon basically spoke about expanding the robo-taxi network in Austin. I misspoke when I said it was Apple and Google only negative on the day. NVIDIA continues to suffer as well. The worst of the bunch, might I add. Almost down now into 176 territory, almost 2% negative. NVDA continues to sell off. As you know, we'll see if people are taking profits or what they're doing over there, Joey, but it is an interesting look. Guys, SMX is going to halt up. We're at the high of the day right now. Again, 62.14, false halt on SMX. Another halt parameter coming in here, 62.14. That still hasn't changed. We're showing 25 on the ask, 14 on the bid. Let's see if we get a couple of more seconds in this way. We'll get the gray out. 2, and there it is. We are halted up again on SMX, $62.14. Halt time 12 on the dot, 45. That tells me one thing, Joey. You want to guess what?
What? It's 12 o'clock.
12 o'clock.
12 o'clock in my truck. I don't know how the song goes. Anyways, I'm in the gym. I'm playing hockey later. We're getting the double activity going. I hope you guys are staying active. You know what I mean? So this is how we rock and roll on the Friday. And then we're just doing some more work. So I'm looking forward to that. Some Family Feud.
Some Family Feud?
Yeah, going
what does that mean?
Here at the desk. Yeah.
Yeah?
Are you playing? I'm putting you on the spot here.
Oh, yeah? Well, we'll see.
We'll see. All right,
Yeah.
You already have Jim in mind, don't you?
Of course. I'm always Jimmy. I've always got Jim on my
All
mind.
right, man. That's what we both, we got Jim on our mind. And we
I haven't been here in a minute. I'm going to hang out.
Yeah, you're going to hang out.
I'm going to hang out. Why not?
We missed the What's for Lunch segment, but that's okay. We're going to go figure that out right now. Aside from that, guys, I hope everyone's had a fantastic session. It's Sharif and I. We're going to send it off to the big boys. Welcome back, my boy.
I appreciate you, bro.